40,000 have packed into this ground for this all-important clash between the Adelaide Crows and the Richmond Tigers. So far in this round, the Bulldogs have been successful. Essendon has been big winners, and so too Carlton. Good evening and welcome, and what do we have in store for you tonight?
Picture, if you will, two teams on a journey. Yet, whenever their paths cross, the unexpected is bound to occur. 1997, and a new coach stuns the football world when he attaches an unfortunate label to one of his charges.
Pathetic effort from Pittman in ruck.
Later, that very year, a thrashing at the hands of Adelaide's Crows leads to the dismissal of Tigerland's mentor. Then, as recently as last year, the men of Richmond surprised the Crows in their own home. Impelled by an unknown force, the coach, now a premiership hero, leaves the ground before closure of proceedings. Are these events unconnected? Or do they form a pattern of behaviour that is at once both eerie and strangely compelling? Channel 7 Pictures presents a meeting of two star-crossed teams that may well send the losing coach into the Twilight Zone.
Adelaide certainly looking for a change of fortune. They've been on the road for the past couple of weeks. They've suffered a couple of heavy defeats, but they're back in town now and looking to get back on the winners list. They've made a number of changes, and Malcolm Blight, as we heard a little earlier, has said that we could be in for a new look Adelaide Crows. Well, more on that because he's speaking now with Neil Curley. Curls.
Well, Malcolm, two poor performances in a row, North Melbourne and West Coast. I guess you're looking for a turnaround tonight.
Yeah, you could very well say that, Neil. Yeah, we've been a bit average, but the two sides we've played have been very good, so it's just hard to line up at the moment with what we've done for the rest of the year. Richmond have been a bit of a nemesis for you since you've been at Crowland. I know last year you took an early exit during the game. Any reference to that? No, I don't think I'll bother, but I've actually got all the time clocks. I've got 15 of them in the box. I won't miss it tonight.
Centre clearances. Been a problem for you this year.
Yeah.
Have you worked on it?
Yeah, we have indeed. Might be a bit of a new look there.
And you're hoping to get the ball out a bit more often?
Yeah, certainly.
Well, the defence has been so good for 2 years in a row now. And I guess that relates back to centre clearances a little bit. But your defence hasn't been quite so sound this year. No, we've been a bit inconsistent there. We've had a lot of points kicked against us, and it's a bit about midfield, it's a bit about one-on-one and defence. So, we've talked about it this week, but action's now required. Home ground. Good luck. Thanks, Neil.
Might see plenty of action from the Crows tonight too. One man rarely caught in the Twilight Zone is Gerard Healy. He joins us in just a moment.
The 1999 AFL Coca-Cola Premiership season proudly brought to you by Telstra, making life easier. The McDonald's Footy Burger, the double quarter pounder with cheese. Foster's Light Ice for extreme refreshment. And the new Mitsubishi Magna 3.5, the next generation.
The Victorian chairman of selectors is in enemy territory. How does it feel?
Oh no, it feels pretty comfortable, Sandy, because I think we're going to see a magnificent game here tonight, and I think a lot of players will be putting their best foot forward over the weekend because both squads are very open, to say the least. And Peter Vardy coming back for his first game in 1999.
Yeah, good to see Peter back, and incidentally this being his 50th game, whereas we turn our attention to one of the veterans, Nigel Smart, turned 30 yesterday, but he's still going strong.
Oh, and he gives great rebound from defence. Perhaps he's the man for Matthew Richardson, but if not, Ben Hart has got the pace certainly, maybe not the height to go with Richardson, but he does get most of his possessions on the burst from full forward or perhaps centre half forward. And what a star player Richo was for the Richmond last week. He got half a dozen. He's taken the second most marks in the competition.
But that's not what you want to see, is it?
And I'm sure it's not really what Tiger fans want to see. They want to see him converting. And he was a absolute star last week. It was just one of the great games of AFL football, and Joel Bowden was also in good form. A couple of goals off the half-back line, and whoever is manning him up, be aware, because he is the designated goal kicker for the Tigers.
And Matty Knights, of course, 168 disposals. Quick maths, he's averaging 21 a week. Not bad for the little number 33.
Yeah, an A+ student, there's no doubt about that, Sandy, but he's in good form. He had a brilliant start last week in the first half, slightly concussed, but he is a great leader in the competition.
So they're all set to go in this big game, coming away right after this break. Richmond has won the toss. They're kicking to the right of screen here at Football Park, probably aided by the use of a slight breeze as we welcome another State of Origin champ. He played 15 more than anyone else, Johnny the Rat Platten.
At the moment, Sandy, yes, so, but unless Craig Bradley plays next week. So looking forward to a big week next week.
And looking forward to a very big game here tonight. Malcolm Blight has promised a few changes. He spoke with Curls, as we saw, and it's good to welcome Curls back on his home track. Still looking for that first win after a spell. Welcome back, Curls.
Yeah, thank you, Sandy. Firstly, a cheerio to the great Richmond ex-player Roy Wright, who sent me a nice note during the week. Thank you, Roy. Well, as you said, a slight breeze left to right. Richmond have their first use of it. They've got a good midfield if they line up that way with, say, Knights, Daffy and Campbell. Interesting to see where McLeod lines up. Played all last week at half-back. Just pick out his early starts position, please, Jared.
So Lucas Herbert is up against Benny Gale. Gale gets the first effective kick of the night down towards the half-forward line. Goodwin defends and he does it pretty well to Johnson. Johnson up towards the 50 towards Robrin. Robrin got a hand to it, that was all. So too did Edwards. They'll try and lock it up. Gasper tries to flick through Kane Johnson. Knights has got him and there'll be a ball up. Kane Johnson, game number 45 for him.
And he's being picked up by Craig Bitterscombe. Perhaps the first time Kane Johnson's being tagged in a game of footy.
Good to see Bitterscombe settling into his new club too. Daffy leads in the race. Gets taken out of it, pushed wide. That was well done by Kim Costa. Did it beautifully. Eventually found Brett Burton. Burton goes down towards the forward line. Powell twisting, turning, dodging and weaving. Robert Powell's away. Here comes McLeod though. With him is Campbell. McLeod, the elusive one, gets the hand pass just inside 50. Tiger defence is solid. Pushed out wide towards the line. And just keeping it in play will be Clay Sampson. Going to be interesting to see how he goes against his old side tonight. Does it again up towards half forward. Nigel Smart has got to defend, needs assistance and gets it in the form of Mark Stevens. Stevens also a milestone for him, playing his 50th game. But this is Eccles. Andrew Eccles is popping it over the top and finds David Pittman.
Sandy McLeod lining up at half-back.
And very quickly, it's Mark Stevens with a job on Richo. Let's see if he's got the pace to go with him. Broderick and James in the middle. Knights and Costa and Burton on Daffy.
Here's Robrin, 50 metres out, onto the left foot, pushing it down into the forward line. They come steaming out now. Rashudo led in the race, but then lost it. Socket clear and conceding away. No, out of bounds, Robert Powell.
So see there, Mark Rashudo starting to fall forward. Duncan Kellaway standing on him.
Left forward pocket for the Crows. Rain fell in Adelaide earlier today, but it's certainly cleared now. I think they're expecting perhaps a little more tomorrow. But pretty good at the moment. Big pack of players from that throw in, and snap was a fresh air shot. May come out wide towards Johnson again. Kane Johnson shoots for goal, and he's put the first one on the board for the Adelaide Crows. Johnson gets his 4th goal for the season. The boy from Ringwood originally has got the Crows away.
Yes, it's a good start to Kane Johnson, given the fact that he has got plenty of attention. And it was just one that was saw him in the right position in front, and Bitterscombe just gave him that 2 or 3 metres latitude. That's all you need, and he is away to offload.
Good start by the Crows. Something which they needed. They've been probably lacking a bit of confidence the last few weeks, and first goal to Kane Johnson, and start the Crows off well.
And Ben Hart has started also in a forward line, being picked up by Ben Harrison.
Not a good bounce. Knights almost taken high, but he managed to get his kick away. Straight up and down. In fact, to himself. Goes again. Gets a little one. Further to Rogers. Down towards half forward. Nigel Smart comes steaming out. Belted clear of him, however. Smart's got work to do yet. Richardson's outside 50. Needs help! Great tackle! Great tackle by Stevens. Mark Stevens celebrating his half-century.
See, when he was looking at Gerald, just looking at the hips then, just knowing where that Richo was going to go.
Gives it to McLeod, who drifts play in towards the middle. He's got Robrin, who's made a very positive start. But look at this, the kid who started out at Hayfield in the Western District of Victoria. Stevens inside 50. Mark should have been held by her, but it was dropped. Gasper's in all sorts of trouble. He loses it. Crows very, very busy at the moment. Look at Barney, twisting and turning. Don't tell me Johnson again. Gets a high kick in towards full forward. The target was Rashido. But don't worry, Jarman's lurking there as well. Look at Jarman. Look at Mr. Jarman put through behind.
Something's going to happen when Jarman gets the ball, and a bit of a cloud over him over the last day or so.
Sandy, a lot more urgency about the Crows this week. They are a very determined side.
Yep, you're dead right there.
And I think that Andrew Callaway put the cat amongst the pigeons with his teammates punching that ball back in. He'd been shepherded for the mark and would give them a big scare.
Turner goes to the outer side, and this is Duncan Callaway. Duncan Callaway finds Gale on centre wing. Tigers yet to go deep into their forward zone. The Rogers kick may give them a chance. Or McLeod sorely met, but the bump didn't quite connect. And there'll be a ball up just inside the Tigers 50. They're kicking with the aid of a slight breeze. What do you think it'll be worth, Curls?
Maybe a goal.
Yeah, not a lot though. No. Just a good night for football here at Football Park. Full house. Overcast conditions. Expecting a low of 15. James, a fresh air shot. Does have support though. The Goodwin hand pass. Eventually to Eccles and back to Goodwin again. Gets a short little chip kick and drops into the chest of Matty Knights. Too far out, so he gives it away to Rogers. Rogers has Richardson on a lead. Comes across the ground now, just inside 50. Richardson pulls it back. Smart can't take it on the half volley, but he follows it down well. Goes over the top of Harrison. Harrison's kick is a short, wobbly one towards Gaspar. Robin is there as well. Robin has got it. Harrison over the top, and there'll be a ball. Good, tight start. Hard start.
Good play then by Matty Robin. He really had 3-on-1 there. All what Gaspar could have done there, just got it out to his teammates, but Matty just kept it in with him and made it a contest and a bounce up.
Which we have. Rogers got a hand to it, that was all. Broderick gave it to Harrison. Harrison kicks it past McLeod. He's very quick to pounce over the top, however. Daffy couldn't get a clear run at it. Burton was there. Daffy gets a sucker off the ground and slams it into the post. First score for the Tigers.
Jared, you would have seen Richmond quite a bit. They're a side that just seem to promise a lot, but they seldom deliver.
Well, they've had a struggling year, I think it's fair to say, Curls, but geez, they were good last week, in particular when they were challenged with only 3 or 4 minutes to go. Paul Broderick put them in front, and Matthew Richardson sealed it. And well, he's already got his hands on the ball a couple of times, and he's looking in pretty good nick.
So too is Michael Smart. Look at him. That's trademark Smart as he dashes clear out of defence. Kicks up over centre of the ground now. Turn over the top, trying to push it away. An opportunity for Powell. He swoops on it. Goes wide to the outer side. That's going to be okay. Benny Gale's got it. Gale looks down towards Powell, who's run on down a little too far for him. Could be a costly turnover. Robin takes the hand pass. A left foot chip is wide, but it's going to be okay. Here's Peter Vardy. Celebrate your comeback, Peter Vardy. Kicks across the face of goal, and it'll be out of bounds in the left forward pocket.
Curls, I think the other important inclusion for the Tigers this evening is Ben Harrison, a player that played exceptionally well here last year in their victory against the Crows, but whilst you wouldn't expect him to be at his best, he gives them a lot of dash and a fair bit of height as well.
And can play both ends of the ground, of course.
Yep.
From the throw, look at the Roo. Mark Rashudo, a high kick going into the opposite potting, and I think the second grab by Jarman was over the line.
And Sandy just over the line as he took the second grab.
So the throw in the right forward pocket.
I don't think he'd be very happy about that, Jarman.
No argument about it though.
Fine.
As Bowden clears to the outer side, Platts, and we've got another throw in. So the only goal to date, kicked by Kane Johnson. Crows bringing in Peter Vardy, Andrew Eccles, Matthew Golden, the big 18-year-old from Glenelg starting on the bench. Troy Bond. Tigers just making the one change. Ben Harrison coming into the lineup.
And Sandy, the viewers can't see this, but Ben Harrison is trying to drag this Crows defence out by moving Hart all over the ground. It won't worry Hart because he's a capable player anywhere on the ground.
Another look at Jarman's two-grab attempt. And over the line, forcing the throw in. Broderick was at the bottom. Knights defends, goes back towards centre wing. Use of the body, illegal.
Should be a pretty good
there'll be a
contest
free kick
tonight.
to Wayne Campbell.
Big contest with Campbell and McLeod playing on each other tonight.
Wayne Campbell, dual best and fairest, 95 and 97. Big year for Wayne was 95. He was named as an All-Australian that year as well. Dearly love to recapture that form. Over the head of Stevens, James hopefully to tidy up for the Crows, but well and truly caught. Ball locked in there, and it's on the Tigers 50. Just keep your eye on those flags. That breeze tending to gust a bit. Richmond Chief Leon Daphne has requested to be heard. Yes, an audience at half-time in our telecast, and we agreed.
Sandy, we do have the bench for Richmond. Ottens, Burke, Proctor, Hollands.
Thank you, Curls. And we've got Burton almost crashing into his teammate there.
And for the Crows, Bassett, Connell, Bond, Golding.
And a bit of a change, Sandy. Bitterscombe's moved on to Eccles on the outer wing, and Johnson has been given another player in Matthew Rogers.
James gives it to Burton. They were the two that almost collided with one another. Burton from half-back looks towards centre wing. Holland could have given away a free kick. David Pittman saying, come on! But all to no avail. Throw in on centre wing. Pittman and Holland. Pittman doing it at the back with the right hand. The Broderick jumper was certainly held. Eccles gets through some heavy traffic and did it extremely well. Up towards half-forward. Gale got a hand over, that was all. Campbell tries to soccer off the ground. Back in towards the middle it goes. Hart lost it. A chance for the Tigers now. Down towards their 50. Richardson comes steaming out. How's he going to recover? Stevens is there with him. Stevens does well. Opens the pass for Coven. The Coven hand pass almost smothered. Richardson another chance. Belton clear towards Nigel Smart. He's taken out of it. Play on, says the umpire. Hilton gives it to Daffy. Daffy's kick goes across the ground. He wants Broderick. He's in trouble. He flicks it towards the ball of Knights. Knights is going to have to go back to Rogers. They're giving ground at the moment. Now the Rogers kick comes back inside 50. Richardson couldn't take it initially. Goes on again. Is claimed by Eccles. Eccles gets it out towards Stevens. And Stevens clears to the outer side. Not out of it yet. Caven's got to give chase on Broderick. The left footer can swing around. Centering ball. Stevens couldn't get a hand to it. Smart running down in front. Nigel Smart. That's better. A long clearing kick. Powell up a little too early. Going to be a free kick. And it's going to go in the way of Tyson Edwards. And the Crows out of the danger zone.
Just a second ago, great play by Turner to, rather than go for the mark, knock the ball out in front of Broderick, but unfortunately no goal resulted for the Tigers.
Big chance here for James as he looks towards Rashudo. Got one hand to it and that was all. Vardy always dangerous in front of goal. Pokes it down in towards the pocket. Speaking of danger, here's Jarman. Ringer, Rosie. And he's been pinged.
Well, we didn't have much of a chance to get the ball away there. Just thought that just got the kick away. And or a hand.
Yeah, should have got a hand past Fats.
I think you can go around 3 times, but not 4.
He was dizzy.
I tell you what,
he got rid of the ball though. Give him a chance.
A great start by Mark Stevens. I think he's showing extraordinary pace. It's surprising that he's keeping up with Richo, but obviously Malcolm Blight knew the athletic capabilities of the man he had in the grand final side last year.
Bowden goes to the outer side, a difficult one to judge. Johnson does best. He's at the back, sneaks away from Broderick, gives it to Rashudo from a standing start, pumping it high, in towards half-court. Good strong mark. Vardy started okay as well.
And a pretty important player for Richmond is on him in Joel Bowden. If Vardy kicks goals, it really makes one of their attacking defenders so much more accountable.
Big kick by Vardy. Oh, almost a sensational screamer. Knights in trouble right on the line. So too is Kellaway. Pokey little kick is going to be claimed by Rashudo. Soccers off the ground. Still inside 50. The Broderick hand pass a little astray. The Crows still with the opportunity towards Jarman. Tries to flick it out and did extremely well considering the pressure. Gaspar almost taken high. Gaspar plays on again. Broderick's at the bottom of the pack. The snap, but there's been a whistle. Now it'll come back.
Well, it was unfortunate for Matthew Rodman because it was a great snap. It went straight through the middle, but down to you, Curls. Is this the most that the Crows have attacked the footy perhaps in the last couple of weeks?
Yes, it's the best I've seen them for the last, say, month. They really are going it hard. And, boys, that breeze is freshening.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Broderick Goes to the outer side. Herbert was in front but couldn't take it. Powell comes to meet it. He was beaten by Costa. Out to Tyson Edwards. This is good play now. The hand pass goes straight to Rogers. Johnson is right there with him. Socket off the ground. Back towards the centre by Campbell. In towards McLeod. Campbell is still there with him. They go again. Richardson. He threw it out to Campbell, but he accepted it. And Wayne Campbell shoots for the Tigers in towards goal. And he has got him on the board. Wayne Campbell kicks his first goal and the Tigers' first for the night and his 8th for the season.
Well, just keep an eye on the pace of Andrew McLeod. Every player in the competition is just astounded at how quickly Andrew McLeod can play, and every player in the competition was flabbergasted that that was a handball. But Wayne Campbell was pleased because he got on the end of it, just chipped it over nicely with a controlled shot at goal.
All tied up here at Football Park.
Very good Charlie Griffiths throw, that one.
I think you may have invented that one here, Curls.
Oh dear. I think today's word is Muralitharan, isn't it, Curls? Anyway, play goes on. Broderick out of the middle. Not an effective kick. Knights is under pressure. So too Gale asking the question. The umpire letting it go just for a moment. Comes out. There's been a free kick picked up. It's going to go the way of James. In the centre of Football Park.
And matched up on Paul Broderick.
There's a bit of a push and a shove. So an opportunity for the quick reply. The Adelaide Crows, although Peter Caven's 55 out.
Sorry, Sandy, but Bitterscombe has come off the ground and the replacement not quite ready. And he's now been replaced by Proctor.
Yep, Lionel Proctor onto the ground. The Crows also making a change. With Troy Bond coming on.
Peter Vardy.
Peter Caven, this is the left footer. Post.
It's not a bad kick there, Sandy. Probably about 55 metres out there, and a beautiful looking kick, but just hit the woodwork.
And I think we're going to see Peter Vardy playing bursts, given that he hasn't played a lot of football. Let's have a look at this, one of Greg Williams' finest. Maybe Darren, maybe Andrew Jarman's finest.
Matthew Golding also standing by on the sideline, ready to come on. Gaspar, the big call, he wanted it, well done by James.
Getting back to you, Jared, that one of Vardy's is a planned interchange.
Yep. Yeah, with the they'd be expecting just to get maybe a 10-minute burst out of him, a quarter curls, or perhaps 2 7-minuters or something like that.
That's correct.
Well, they'd be very happy with his first burst. Herbert wins it. Pushes down, but Gaspar couldn't take it cleanly. The Johnson hand pass. This is going to be okay because James has picked it up. 60 out, and he spears a little worm burner into Tyson Edwards. Crows going into the light breeze.
Herbert off for Golding.
Yep.
That'll be another one of the features tonight. I think the rucks will be changed off the bench, and with Peter Vardy coming off as well, I think Bondi's struggled a bit also during the year with injuries, so they'll be changing quite frequently.
Tyson Edwards has not missed in front of goal so far this year.
Oh, what a start.
Now he's kicked 7 straight for the season.
Well, it's a good start for the Crows again. They certainly got the runners coming through. I suppose different positions by different guys as well. But as we see here, the quick kicks and this pass by Brett Jones is just beautiful. That's how Jason Dunster got all of his goals, by myself and Jamie and all these types of players. So
the the postman.
You could not be unhappy with that pass.
A 7-point margin now favouring the Crows, with Tyson Edwards kicking his first for the night. Gale is beaten in rough by Golding, gets it down towards Robber, and Daffy's under all sorts of pressure. They go again. Burton led in the race. Now he leaves it to Eccles on the outer side. Delightful pickup by the youngster Andrew Eccles. Goes down towards right half forward, and Troy Bond coming into this lineup this week takes the mark. Bond is 65 out. Poor kick. Dropping in the hole is Matty Nice. Very good start though to this game. Here's Lionel Proctor, who came on just a minute or so ago at half-back. Down towards the middle. Heads to the outer side. We'll see most of the play taking place this year. Rogers takes the hand pass, kicks down towards half forward once again. Pittman did some good work from behind. Hand pass initially coming from Richardson, who's a long way from home. Sampson in towards Richard. Oh, yes! No! He can recover. And that's a poor kick. He'll be bitterly disappointed with that. It's not out of bounds on the full, and the mark is taken by McLeod.
Well, Sampson did all the right things there. Top of the square, Matty running right down there, opportunity, and just dropped an easy mark.
But it was great athleticism by Richardson. Just the amount of speed that he just displayed there, running across the ground. He gave the ball a bit of a foot, gave the ball a soccer kick 100 metres away, and then got on the end of it. But you couldn't believe he dropped it.
Proctor's going to bring it back in. He's on left half forward in front of the scoreboard here at Football Park, the golf course end of the ground. He looks in towards full forward, big pack of players. Smart rises high. Couldn't take it cleanly, and it's over for another throw in.
Sandy, very interesting to notice that the centre bouncers, Richmond are opening up with a 5-man forward, and Harrison, of course, is going back in defence with Hart.
Throw in again. Still in the Tigers' forward zone. A snap that is high, but it's very wide. Out of bounds on the full. Nick Daffy.
Curls, it's almost as if, as we take a look at Matthew Richardson dropping what seemingly was the undroppable mark, but you never know, perhaps the lights in the eyes, etc. But it's almost as if Ben Hart has been run away from the action.
A little bit that way, yes.
Stevens to the outer side. Belted back into the pocket in front of Stevens and Richardson, and another throw in.
And with Holland doing the ruck work, Matthew Richardson assumes the full forward position.
Set of breaks at the moment in this first quarter, going the way of the Tigers, and that has been shepherded through for a much needed goal to Wayne Campbell. He's got his second.
And in extraordinary circumstances, just a slash off the ground, and she goes through.
That looks like a goal there, Jared.
It's brilliant, and I'm sure that they'll be hoping tonight that Manchester United can do exactly the same.
Wayne Campbell, the Tigers' solitary goal kicker at the moment. He's got the 2. There's a point in it. Good tight first quarter. Ottens is on the ground. Gale having a spell. Knights is in trouble. He loses it. Burton, Johnson, both in the thick of things there. Johnson got it out. Costa down towards the forward line. It's inside 50 for the Adelaide Crows. Here's Tyson Edwards. Some fancy work by Tyson Edwards. Very fancy work by Edwards. And it deserved a goal, but not for him.
Just seemed to turn their players inside out, and Tyson Edwards, he had the opportunity to get the ball, pick it up, use his balance, and players seem to be running around him instead of going for his hips.
Full house here at Football Park. We know the fans in South Australia love their footy. Jared, in fact, the Joey Scouts at College Park are having a sleepover tonight, but they're watching this and loving it.
What time's curfew?
I'd say
the Joey Scouts.
Could be half time, but the young William Holston and the boys enjoy it. An attempted soccer off the ground. It goes astray. There will be a ball up between centre and half forward.
Jared Malcolm Blight opting to use his number 1 ruckman in Pittman on Ben Holland at the goal square.
He's such a versatile player, isn't he, Curls? We've seen him at centre half back in grand finals and doing exceedingly well there, and he's no stranger at full back up against a guy like Holland.
Correct.
McLeod, Johnson, unable to take it cleanly. Still gets another chance, courtesy of Hart. Down towards the 50, as seconds tick away. James takes the Peter Caven hand pass. That's good. In towards full forward. Jarman is there. Rashido is there. Caven drops down now. It passes Broderick. The Tigers are under the pump here at the moment. That was Clay Sampson up against his old side. And there'll be a throw in.
Curls just breaking down up forward, perhaps had maybe 65 to 70% of the play, the Crows, but not getting the result on the board.
Yeah, Richmond had the extra man up there, which is making space very difficult to find.
Golding doing the work from behind. Back towards centre wing. Simon Goodwin got a hand to it. He'll have to go again, Goodwin. And does. Needs support. McLeod gives it. Johnson is lurking. Tony Johnson gets the hand pass away to Burton. He's an exciting boy, this one. The hand pass not so good to Peter Carlin. And there's going to be a free kick, though. It's going to go the way of the Adelaide Crows. I'll take it, Burton.
Yeah, Burton. Just around the neck, I think, Sandy. Just a bit there.
Yeah.
Right back kick.
From Woodville, West Torrens. He's questionable in front of goal. Has booted 9 goals, 9 this season. In towards full forward. Ottens was in front. Going to be paid. Will come back.
Sandy, you'd have to say of the two ends, Richmond is certainly kicking with the favoured end.
Yeah.
Kells, what about the ground? Is it a bit dewy out there, a little bit wet?
Yes, it's a little bit soft.
Looking at those flags too at the moment. There's certainly a 1 to 2 goal breeze favouring the Tigers. They haven't been able to take complete advantage of it. Was touched.
Brett James could have put Duncan Callaway into
Space.
the twilight zone.
Bitterscombe is back on. Proctor off for the Tigers. Campbell almost taken high. All hell, said the umpire, so that'll be a bounce.
Yeah, probably a fair decision too, Sandy, because he definitely ducked his head there.
Under 3 minutes remaining. 2 points the margin, favouring the Adelaide Crows. Ottens down towards Rogers. Back towards the middle. Goodwin. One hand, but it wasn't enough. Caven caught. Another ball up.
As we can see right around the ground, every player's got a man, and I think that was one of the things that Malcolm Blight said during the week. His accountability is very big this week.
Hart up towards the 50. Turner, the effective spoiler. Campbell will soccer off the ground. Comes back over the middle. Goodwin charges out of it. He gets claimed. Look at the big Golding. That's well done by the 18-year-old.
Well, the ball's in the middle of the ground. There's about 15, 16 players surrounding it. But in Richmond's forward line, there's only 4 players. Richardson and Holland are the 2 key forwards there. But up the other end, there is 5 sets of pairs.
Out of the middle.
Work that one out.
I was thinking about that. Tautology came to the mind. Bitterscombe down towards full forward. Well, where are those pairs up this end of the ground? There's one. Goodwin claiming Holland.
From a Crows point of view, that boy number 19, Stevens, is going to ground far too often.
Holland. Smart. They're away now. Nigel Smart bounces away from half-back, looks up towards the 50. They peel off. One of them is Peter Caven. Turner is there with him. Turner leads in the race. Has some good support from Callaway. Goes back to Turner. Up towards centre wing. It's going to be okay for Harrison. Needs someone going past. Eventually poked out wide towards Broderick. The left footer from Camperdown. Kicks up towards the 50. Richardson is the target. Stevens is right there with him. And Hart almost a touch over the line. Still a 2-point margin, and just on 30 seconds remaining. Rest assured, Malcolm's not calling Patsy at the moment. Daffy almost tried to soccer that off the ground, and a throw has been picked up in that.
Okay, clench fist that, Sandy. I'd say I should not class that as a throw.
Well, Hilton wants to play on to Daffy. Up towards full forward. Richardson got a hand to it. Rogers was going past. Rogers goes again. Loses it now. Campbell pounces on it. Can't get away cleanly. Johnson gets caught. That's a fine tackle. James was claimed also. Smart on the end of it. Gets a hurried kick to the other side. Maybe over the danger zone because the siren is imminent as Callaway goes to the ground. Fierce tackling in this first quarter, and that was a beauty.
And I think the umpire must have been questioning whether or not there was prior opportunity there, because if there was, it was a free kick.
Ottens wins it. Brett Burton wants to sneak away. The siren sounds to end a very good, tight, hard first quarter here at Football Park. Just 4 goals scored for the Adelaide Crows. The first one went to Kane Johnson, the second to Tyson Edwards, whilst for the Richmond Tigers, Wayne Campbell is their sole scorer. 2 points the margin, Jared. Very good first quarter.
Well, I think the Tigers will be very pleased with their start, given that the Crows are obviously on song and they've had a lot of possession, but they could quite easily have broken out to a 3 or 4 goal lead. But Richmond fought back. Campbell's got a couple of good goals, and they're within touch at quarter time, and that's so important when you go into state.
But the Adelaide Crows kicking with the aid of what breeze there is here at Football Park in the second quarter. That's coming up shortly on Saturday Night Football here on 7. I'm here at Football Park, and the home side having a slender 2-point lead. The Crows 2-3-15, Richmond 2-1-13.
7 Sport hope you're enjoying this match as part of the 1999 Coca-Cola AFL Premiership season.
And enjoying being back in the fray is Neil Curley as we go down to him now. Curls.
Yeah, thank you, Sandy. Well, Jeff Kitchum had his Richmond boys really in a tight huddle then for the entire break there, speaking to them as a team, whereas Malcolm Blight, totally different, individualised a fair bit, brought the boys together for the last, say, 30 seconds and gave them a group talk. But, boys, the breeze is really picking up, and I'd say it would have to be a 2 to 3 goal win now to the right of screen.
There's Malcolm Blight in his 10th year as coach, an amazing record, 10 years and 5 grand finals, 5 grand final appearances, and of course a couple of flags. Quite extraordinary.
I see that Rory Hilton is off the ground, and it looks like David Burke getting his first run of the evening. He's gone into attack, and he's been picked up by Nigel Smart.
So the breeze has strengthened according to Curls, and looking at those flags, he's spot on there. The Crows are kicking with it, and they lead by 2 points going into the second quarter. Otten's still on the ball for the Tigers. Contesting with Lucas Herbert, and there is Burke. As Jared said, on the ground now, gets a kick down towards Richardson. Gets a fearsome bounce, belted clear, or the attempted belt. Hasn't got them out of the danger zone yet. Rogers was one of the players over it. Comes out towards Campbell, flicks it down towards full forward. No mark taken. Umpire letting it go. Stevens almost threw it out, but he did get it out. Burke in over the top. So too is Holland for the Tigers.
Geez, it was an impressive takeaway from the centre there. It looked like a set play. Ottens just smashed the ball as far as he could, and David Burke was clearly ready for it. He charged in it from centre half forward and picked up kicks pretty smartly.
Holland and Pittman contesting again. James goes to ground, but he gives it out towards McLeod. Andrew McLeod comes wide into the open spaces. The race is on, and Matthew Knights leads in the race. Well done by Costa, though. He's got support. He didn't need it. Harrison goes back towards Knight. It's Pearce in there. Knights pops it over the top to accommodate Broderick. Back to Harrison. Harrison looks inside 50 or just on it. Richardson takes the mark. A long way from home. He says, darn this, I'm going straight away. And he does with a big bomb into the front of the square. Pittman spoils. Waiting down is Bowden. Joel Bowden gets his 8th goal of the season. But his first for the night, and a very good one into the breeze.
And it had its origins right down in front of us, Sandy, when Knights and Broderick combined, and then Ben Harrison just charged across to supply the extra man at the contest. In the finish, it was 3 Tigers versus 2 Crows, and they turned the ball over, got it back quickly into the forward line, and Bowden did very well running from defence to pick up his first goal for the night.
Tigers lead by 4 points.
Starting Eccles is a loose man across the half back line, and Harrison across back line, and Eccles is loose on the wing.
Nigel Smart had it, lost it, goes again, was then taken off the ball. There'll be a bounce in the middle.
Sandy, so much for the 2 to 3 goal advantage.
Early days yet, Curls. Umpires tonight, by the way, Matthew James, Scott McLaren and Greg Scroop. Broderick gets it out towards Knights. Pulled off the ball as he got the kick. So it may open the door for Costa. The Kim Costa hand pass is okay to James. He looks down in towards centre half forward. Big pack of players there, including Tyson Edwards and Jarman. Gasper goes to ground. Hurry little snap. Well, it was a fresh air eventually. The Cayman hand pass is loose. Comes towards Robert Powell. Goes to the outer side. Kane Johnson won't get there in time. and there'll be a throw-in.
Kane Johnson started with 9 possessions in that opening term and a couple of opponents, so he's started off the match in pretty good fashion.
Ray Bitterscombe down there, settling in to his new club after, of course, coming from the Cattery. Powell, out of trouble for the Tigers, has a couple of ounces, then chips it in towards the centre of the ground. Debbie dropped it, but has time to recover. Or does he? Gets out of one tackle, but lost it in the second, and has been beaten. Rodrin, down towards half forward, that's a good kick. Herbert had drifted down there, he's on his own. The young man from North Adelaide, playing in just his 4th game. 60 metres from home. The breeze is at his back. He's only ever kicked 1 goal at this level of competition. Goes short to Tyson Edwards. Oh, Tyson Edwards is going to give it away. This could result in another one. Poor kick. Disappointment there for Brett James.
Opportunity, Sandy, just
smack bang in front.
30-40 metres out of the game, and very undisciplined there by Richmond Football Club. There was 2 Crows players standing there by themselves.
Turner, speaking of undiscipline, Andrew Kellaway is under the pump here. Now Costa, Kim Costa bends it back, clever kick. He didn't go for goal, he saw Rashudo. Rashudo will pop it over the top, and this will be a goal to Peter Vardy. Vardy gets his first from his answer.
Well, it's twice in a row that the Richmond Football Club haven't picked up their players. They just seem to lost a bit of concentration there trying to pick up their players. I think it's still a bit of a risk, Jerry, to leave Ben Harrison as a loose man down in the Crows forward line. You leave Andrew Eccles here on the wing and leaves a spare player running right through the forward line.
Three-point margin now favouring the Crows.
Those turnovers from kick-outs so costly with the defenders in an attacking frame of mind and not quick enough to turn it into defence.
So Vardy gets his first.
Sandy, interesting bit of play there with Rashudo. I think we all know that Vardy is desperate for some form.
Yep.
I think he needed a goal, and Rashudo gave him one for his confidence.
Well, it will certainly help, won't it, as he comes back for his first game of the year and his 50th in the competition. Costa managed somehow to get it out. There could have been a high tackle there, but umpire Greg Scroop comes in. Big Lucas Herbert, I think, maybe asking the question there.
And a change of tactic from Malcolm Blythe. He's told Andrew Eccles, rather than just stay on the wing by yourself, go over and put yourself 30 to 40 metres out from goal, which will demand that Ben Harrison gives him some sort of credit, pushes him over and makes him far more accountable.
Well, it's heading down in that direction right now, though Knights may get there first. He was taken high, but did he duck his head? He's got the free kick at half-back.
Ben Harrison just keen to sit in the hole to block up the Crow forward line, but I think he's going to be pulled out from that area.
Knights short to Andrew Kellaway. Couldn't take it on the half volley. This could be trouble, although Kellaway tidies up towards Turner. That's an interesting kick. Turner's wide. Still in the danger zone. Tyson Edwards chases, does some good body work. Vardy may get another chance here. Peter Vardy keeps it in play. Uncertain, he gives the hand pass away. That's another one. This time Andrew Eccles. Oh, what a confidence boost for Peter Vardy. That will help him place.
Well, that was just great. He's a smart player, Peter Vardy, and that's why they brought him back in here. The 50-50 chance here from Knights was a shotgun kick. Turner just lost his balance and gone straight out towards the boundary line. The pace here by the Crows. Tyson Edwards, Vardy, little handball inside, picks the ball up, sees Eccles at full forward, turns around and kicks a fantastic goal.
Two quick goals for the Crows. They lead by 9 points in curls. That'll do Mr. Vardy's confidence the world of good.
Certainly will, and Jared's spot on. Harrison must pick up Eccles.
Yes, they've been playing Russian roulette with that setup, and unfortunately the bullet was in the chamber that time.
Oh, Campbell's been pinged. I think he thought he might have got a free kick for a push, but no, the umpire said it was a throw. Johnson should take the free kick at half back for the Crows. Kane Johnson looks towards half forward. This has the makings of a big game, this one. The Daffy kick. Wobbles back towards the centre. Who's going to be first to recover? McLeod was held. No doubt about that. Knights in strongly, but so too is Burton. The youngster tapped it well. He gave it to Goodwin. That's fantastic play. He's only a youngster, and there's been a free kick for holding going against Rashudo. Duncan Kellaway will take it.
And he did it well there, Duncan Kellaway. Just read that kick a split second better than Mark Rashudo to get the front spot.
Got the call from Ottens. He got a hand to it, but couldn't take the mark. It's okay because Bowden's kick goes down towards centre wing. Unable to keep it in is Matthew Richardson. We've got another throw in.
Jarman could have a cut ahead here, I feel.
Ottens off and Benny Gale on for the Tigers. Herbert front spot. Well done by James to Eccles. Eccles is away. He's already kicked one. Goes in towards half forward. Rashudo, the target, tries to get rid of Kellaway. Can't do so. Edwards low to the ground. Centering kick. That's clever. Eccles! Got it! No, well, he gave it to Robin. Give him the benefit of the doubt. But then Robin, that is an ugly punt.
Well, I think what's perfectly clear is it's very slippery conditions out there. You just saw the way that ball was dropped by Matthew Robin onto the boot. There's another bit of a fumble, and once again, just have a look at how the ball drops. And it was a skew-if punt for sure, and went well and truly wide. But Eccles is getting too much of the footy just at the moment, I think, and they're going to have to bite the bullet and man up.
Turner brings it back into play. Crows by 10 points. Mighty smash by Burton. He looks a real athlete. Waiting down is Powell. Off he goes to Daffy. They may get out of trouble here, the Tigers. Oh, he held it for a long, long time. In fact, almost smacked Broderick in the face. Goes back to Bowden again. He's going to persist with that hand pass, and this time he's on target to Harrison. Harrison looks up towards the 50. Up to half forward. The Tigers need a mark. They need Burke, and they've got Burke scouting. Can't bend it back with the leg break. It was an offie, and it went over the line.
He is off with the blood rule.
Yep.
And it looks like the tactic that Matthew Richardson is employing to get rid of Stevens is to run him up the ground and then just sprint back with the football.
Old cut to the neck there. It may just be the amount of blood. Here's McLeod. Clever kick. Just gave himself a little bit of space and made a bit for the team. Here's Joel Bowden here, and this one, smack in the face. From the throw-in, Burton through but without it. Holland wobbles it in towards goal. Here's an opportunity now. Richardson, he's gone, and he's back.
Well, that's one of the reasons that playing as a forward is far more difficult than playing as a defender, because you have to turn around, and Mark Stevens just followed Richo forward and at the appropriate time laid a very, very good tackle. And unfortunately there was nobody giving support running for Matthew Richardson, which would prevent him from having to turn around.
Stevens and Costa combine. Robrin and Gasper, two of the flyers. Gasper gets it out towards Daffy, who comes in towards Burke. Now he's still a long way from home. He's got the lead on. Is this pass spot on? Well, Richardson, if it sits, he's going to be in business. Away he comes now. Tucked in the pocket. Centering kick is good. He's got Wayne Campbell. Campbell's already booted two. And he goes back now to try and close this gap, which at the moment is 10 points.
Good vision there by Matthew Richardson. Sort of was going to go for goal. Had a look. Saw Campbell just at the top of the square there and takes a good mark.
A veteran now of 170 games. Started for him at Golden Square in Bendigo. This for his third. Pretty good looking kick by Wayne Campbell. And the margin is back to 4 points.
Yeah, that's a good finish there by Wayne Campbell. And I think what it does show is that Matthew Richardson has certainly matured over the last 12 months or so, because this, I think the Richo of old would have just blazed away at the goal, but pretty smart flick into the middle of the ground there from Richo. And I think it was great that Broderick just put his hand up and said, don't handball over the top, go back and kick the goal.
Two goals into the breeze by Richmond, keeping them well and truly alive. The margin is just 4 points. Broderick in there. Knights is in the thick of things as well. The ball up in the middle as Brad Burton picks himself up.
Curls, do you think the Crows would know that Andrew Eccles is 40 metres on his own?
The Crows or Richmond?
Crows.
I think they would. If they see him, they certainly will.
Well, they've got him
like
now.
this.
Costa's got him. Well, he certainly thought of him. Harrison is closing. Eccles still going. Forced to try and paddle it out. Burton left it. Back it comes towards Eccles again. He's cleared. Beautifully done to Rashudo. The rule is 60 metres out. In towards half forward. Robin was his target. Couldn't quite take it. Caven's at the back. Powell's got him. Powell has got him. So too Turner. And the second tackle. Edwards goes again. Proppy hand pass. He was under real pressure. Caven in strongly. Gasper almost threw it out. The umpire said play on. So Kane Johnson does. Johnson's long bomb. In towards goal. Gale drops it. He's in trouble now, but they will get out of it. Daffy can come away. Oh, gee. Gale's okay, but for some inexplicable reason, dropped that ball. It almost resulted in a goal. Smart plays on to Goodwin. It's a frantic old pace here at Football Park. That is an absolute beauty.
Actually,
Troy Bond will have a shot straight in front. Curls?
Actually, Jared Eccles must be impressing you for State of Origin.
Oh, he might have been a bit crook. He might have been off his tucker curls, but he doesn't stop thinking. Oh, he didn't. Gee. Bond, 45 out. Goals. Bond's in first for the night. The boy at 36 games with Carlton has again stretched that lead to 10 points.
Well, this has been a bit of a comedy of errors over the last few minutes. The pressure is pretty intense at the moment. The ball is slippery, but this was a magnificent kick. And if you have a look, Bond will come up, and Brendan Gale was his direct opponent. So there was a little bit, just temporarily, a bit of a mismatch there for the Tigers, and it's cost them one goal.
Herbert is having a spell. Golding is on the ball for the Crows. Troy Bond has his first goal for the night.
Curls, do you think you'd leave Eccles on his own like that if you were a South Australian selector?
Well, like it's all very well to say to the Crows realise it. I'm certain the Richmond hierarchy must realise it.
Oh, there's no doubt about that.
Get a man closer to him.
I think they're just playing the gamble at the moment. But if you were in the huddle here for the Crows, you'd just get the ball and flick it out as best you could, like this again.
Like this. Here it comes to Eccles. Harrison some 20 metres away, and he just pops it over the top to accommodate Rashudo.
And unfortunately, Sandy, here comes the rain.
Well, you get under cover. Yep. Rashudo spirals a punt in towards full forward. That's a good mark at the front of the pack. Is that Benny Gale?
Yes,
strong mark.
He does it very well, Benny Gale, just dropping back. He really did provide a significant contribution last week against the Brisbane Lions. Was beaten in the midfield rucking duels, but just dropping back, he took 10 marks and gave Lee Matthews a lot of headaches.
Gale went to Andrew Kellaway, who drifted up towards Darren Gasper, but Robin is right there with him. Kept in play, a bit of scum. Richardson takes the mark. Now the Tigers are away. Oh, Powell, can't believe it. There's been a whistle, it's been turned over, there's a free kick going the way of the Crows to be taken by Stevens. I didn't see what happened, Jared.
Push out, Jared.
Push out, was it? Well, that kick has landed on the chest of Matthew Knights. As the rain continues to tumble down here at Football Park, Farmers will not mind one bit. It can pour. Back in the centre, Knights goes again, but he lost it. So too did Rogers. The hard hand pass is good to Eccles. Eccles looks towards Haber. Andrew Eccles.
On his wrong side, though, for a left footer, Sandy.
Yeah, Peter Caven is. You're right.
I think Peter Caven's just moved up back to full forward, and I think Mark Rashudo has just come up to the centre forward line.
In fact, Peter Caven.
This ain't rain, this is a deluge.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that, Curls. We need it. As long as you're under cover. Caven looking for his first goal of the season. Does not get it. He now has 2 behinds for the year.
I think what Curls is trying to say is that not only are the Crows kicking with the wind, they're also kicking with the tide.
He's right though, it's very, very heavy, and he's got the fans scattering for some sort of protection. Bowden kicks towards centre wing. Gale got a hand to it. It's a slippery old piece of soap now. James, the underground hand pass to Eccles, runs out of room as Broderick claims it. Will be a throw.
You're spot on there, Sandy. This ball is going to be very, very difficult to take with one grab.
Thrown on centre wing, which is a shame because it's going to change the complex of the game considerably. Daffy slung, but he gets the kick. Richardson comes to meet it, gives it to Broderick. He's away. Broderick, 70 metres out, as Matthew Knights uses it. He's got Richardson, this giant of a man, lumbers in towards goal.
That's a
great play by the Tigers. Richardson gets his first for the night, but that was great team footy, Jared.
It was brilliant stuff because, as we said earlier, Richo's just running up. He was getting involved. That's a smart handball. He started it, but you watch him charge through. I wonder if we can pick him up. Here's Broderick. He knew he had Knights there, and then Richo's turned around. That's the sort of stuff that will make Richo the great football he's capable of becoming.
Margin again back to 5 points. Doesn't look it on your screen, but I can tell you it is bucketing down here. Daffy crunched from behind. It's going to be free kick. Nick Daffy.
He's up to his 30th position. Sandy's having a good half so far.
Yeah, he's been good, hasn't he? Kicks in towards half forward. Kellaway drop back. Richardson again from a standing start. Pumps it long. Can anyone get a touch to it? An opportunity if it goes through. I think it went through, or did it not?
It's a goal.
Clay Sampson, you've done it against your old side. And the Tigers have hit the front. Incredible. Kicking into the breeze, they've booted 4 goals this quarter. Sampson has his first. Richmond lead by a point now. You care to change anything there, boys?
Well, we didn't have the side on view, but
I think that's fair. I think the most important thing there, Gerald, I think that the Richmond players got it out of the middle, quick kick from Daffy, and straight down to the Richmond forward line, finish up with a goal by Clay Sampson.
I think it might have been a bit of a behind first, but anyway.
Yeah, good play.
Good play?
Good play, Clay Sampson. Yeah, kept it in.
You're the boss. It is a goal anyway, that's all that matters. Gale takes it out of the centre. He won't mind these conditions if he lives up to his name. Down towards half forward, now back towards Daffy again. Another possession for the Duck. In towards Burke. Couldn't take it, but recovers well. He looked for Knights, he goes to ground. So too does Eccles. It is slippery and it is wild as the rain starts to peter out a fraction.
Actually, Sandy, that should have been 7 points to the Richmond team.
David Burke's given the Tigers a bit of a spark up their curls.
He certainly has. He's led smart to the ball a bit.
Here he is now, giving it across to Daffy. Nick Daffy tumbles a punt high and towards full forward. Good defence by Stevens. Off to McLeod. Into the wide open spaces. And a throw in on the outer side. 5-6 plays 6-1. Good kicking for goal by the Tigers. Crows have certainly had their chances, but they're down by a point. Pittman, Holland to contest. Not a good throw in. Leaves both of them out. Here's Campbell. He's kicked a couple. Going close in towards full forward. Yes, Richardson at the back. Too much height and too much skill on that occasion. He judged it beautifully against Mark Stevens. Richardson is going to be shooting now for his second. This to stretch the Tigers' lead to 7 points.
Sandy, since the advent of the rain, Richmond have been far the better team.
Oh dear. Bad miss for Richo there.
Well, Jeff Keaton knows that's part of the package, something that they've worked on to try to eradicate. But I guess when you've got a slight kicking flaw in your technique, it is enhanced by the rain. And let's have a look at him. He just deviates on that last step and doesn't drop it correctly.
Hart brings it back into play. That's a good kick, almost to the centre. Gasper led in the race, but was then taken out. The door opens for Robrin, puts the old foot on the accelerator, and away he goes. Tyson Edwards gave him a call downfield. Just a little too wide for him. Bowden, well, he wanted to concede a behind. He may concede more than that if he's not careful. Powell's there with him. We've got it thrown in the left forward pocket. Robbie Powell There you see Joel attempting to soccer it away. An important 5 minutes now before half-time. Can either side maybe steal a bit of a break? Chance for Troy Bond, who kicked the goal earlier in the term. Johnson has been very busy so far tonight. Kim Costa is caught. Daffy gets the kick wide, up towards centre wing. They come charging at it now. Hart is there, and it is taken over the line, right on his hammer.
Yeah, Sandy, Daffy is the player for Richmond who's really hurting the Crows. He's just gathering the ball at will.
Yeah, he's been very, very busy. 15 kicks and a couple of hand passes, Curls.
And Rogers doing well on Ben Hart as well. He's playing him very much as a tagging player, and he's kept him just to 4 possessions at the moment.
Hart again, flicks it round towards centre wing. Bitterscombe is going to go for his own ball once more. Hart couldn't take it. Bitterscombe also. Broderick over the top. And the big man is at the bottom. That's Matthew Golding.
Kills, I just think that the Richmond midfield is just slightly getting on top. Daffy, Campbell, Knights, the last probably 5 or 7 minutes.
That's certainly right, Rowdy. They're on top just about all over the ground. There's a big change come over this game.
2 points currently the margin.
And an interesting move. Malcolm Blight has pushed McLeod forward to get Campbell out of that forward area, and he's been involved in just about every goal that they've kicked here, the Tigers. And now McLeod has gone to full forward, and Campbell's gone from a forward flank to a full back.
Prosciutto and Kellaway. Good duel out there. Golding and Gale. The Tiger had front spot. Knights is ferocious, isn't he? Look at him go. Pokes out the hand pass. I think he wanted Bitterscombe. He's not going to find him. James, set upon by Sampson. Almost caught one in the back, Clay Sampson. But umpire Matthew James says no, I'll have it.
Jared, obviously a team match-up before the game with Campbell picking up McLeod wherever he went.
Smart.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he stays there, though.
Rogers has it flicked away towards Burke. And Ben Hart takes it over.
What would you do, Curls? You leave him down there, given that he's one of your best midfielders, or do you put a Callaway or somebody of that ilk back there?
I'm looking after South Australian. You look after Victorians.
Gee. That's all next week. Don't worry about that. Burton tries to storm his way through, couldn't do so, so James soccers off the ground, down towards the middle. Robran comes out with strength, but that piece of soap is proving very, very elusive. Hart again, goes long, down towards half forward. Bond is there, got it now, no one going past, so he just chips in towards the middle. Wants the floating McLeod, almost got him. Here he comes, Andrew McLeod, but then lost it to Andrew Kellaway. Not out of trouble yet because Jarman picks it up. His kick is smothered. Baiji, it's tough down there. Powell tries to flick it away. Gives good support now. They go to the outer side and it will be steadied down with a mark taken by Gale.
A nice piece of desperation there by Wayne Campbell just to flick that ball out from underneath the pack and push it in the path of his teammate.
Brendan Gale towards the centre wing. Smart and Burke both there. Knights waiting down in front. Duncan Kellaway and Mark Prosciutto as well. Rain has cleared. Breeze seems to have dropped a bit.
It certainly has.
Golding and Gale again. Broderick and James at the back. Rogers over the top.
Sandy, you know, when you're looking at both players, Andrew Kellaway is doing a great job on Jarman, even though he's not controlling the ball much.
Yep. Jarman just the one kick, Curls, so far tonight. Here's Burton. Away on the outer side. Goes long in towards Tyson Edwards, who's a target. Couldn't take it. Hand passes shot out. Oh, gee, this Richmond defence is being tested at the moment, but they are standing up. Golding leads in the race with Brendan Gale, but runs out of room.
Kills, there was a bit of drama about Darren Jarman in today's paper. Do you think that he will be available for next week?
Well, the way he's playing, he won't be needed, but he's got to improve it. Along with Mark Prosciutto, they haven't done much between them.
Do you think that he is carrying injury?
Well, he's certainly coming off with an injury against West Coast, and I guess it's still lingering a little bit.
Here's Robran taking from Prosciutto. He skips it towards goal, but across the face and one behind.
As you know, bruised heels don't go away very quickly.
No, they don't.
Crows have booted 3 goals with the aid of the breeze. They may get another chance here. Richmond, going into it, have kicked 4 this quarter. Here's the man we've been talking about. Darren Jarman. Centering kick, Gale. Trapped it well. And just chipped short to Bowden, who's a couple of metres away from Darren Jarman. Bowden's almost in the back pocket. 1.5 minutes remaining. Kicks towards Turner. Been a bit of a shutout.
In the back, Curls, you've called it.
Curls making sure that the umpire heard it, and he did. So Eccles the recipient. In towards Jarman again, got the one hand to it. This time it wasn't enough. Normally it would have been, but it's a slippery ball. Jarman still going, trying to soccer it down. He's still going, Jarman. Now he's at the bottom. Now he's got the ball. He's arguably the goal of the year. You say he's not very well. You say he's unfit. How good is that, Curls?
Yeah, well, that's about 12 out of 10, I'd say.
Look at this for persistence, Jerry.
Oh, the man's a freak. How else do you describe this piece of play?
Yeah, I think he had 3 or 4 goals at it, and the final stage was just fantastic. And as you said, you can't keep a good player in.
The shot the good play on the scoreboard here, and the applause unbelievable. Look at him.
Lucky 3. That's clever, that's smart.
Let's do that again, Jones.
Don't challenge him, Sam.
He will. He's got this crowd roaring now. Crows are back in front and charging out of the middle. The James kick partly smothered, but he's quick to lay the tackle, and Smart's there to give him good assistance.
Yes, Andy, Andrew Callaway must be saying, holy Moses, what have I got to do?
Tell you what, if he said that, Curls, he's a very, very restrained young man.
Righto. Still in the middle. Yes, Leon Daphne coming up at half-time. Also Scotty Palmer with all the latest news. But look out, because we're heading towards Jarman territory again. Robert Powell recovers. He spins away with a hand pass to Bowden, who goes over the top to Harrison. Harrison under pressure gets a short one. It's okay to Callaway. They haven't got very far out of defence, though. Callaway has Harrison and Powell both dropping down towards centre wing. And Harrison takes them up.
The Tigers continue to leave 50 metres between Richo and the goal mouth, which would have allowed him to turn around and sprint back, but to no avail that time.
So a very good second quarter here at Football Park. The Tigers' accuracy certainly a telling factor. They were kicking into the breeze, but they booted 4. Goals came from Wayne Campbell, who now has 3 for the match. Joel Bowden, Matthew Richardson and Clay Sampson all have singles. Whilst for Adelaide, I think they left their best till last in that quarter. But goals came from Troy Bond, Peter Vardy, Andrew Eccles, and then Darren Jarman just decided to pluck one.
Oh, should have got 12 points for that one.
And he did pluck it. Sensational play from the man who can produce the unexpected. The Crows lead at half-time by 5 points.
It'll be a little difficult to handle. Can't tell you what the coach has said because you're not allowed in the rooms, but great fight back by Richmond then, and this is an even money bet at this stage.
Yes, it's going to be interesting to see what happens this time. The Tigers are kicking with the aid of a slight breeze. This is McLeod. Controls it beautifully and kicks to half forward, slapped on by Robran. No one out in the back. It's Callaway and Harrison combining for the Tigers. Out towards Rogers. He's under the pump. Loses it. Now an opportunity down towards Jarman. Gave us the highlight of the first half to Darren Jarman, short for Tyson Edwards.
Well, there are 2 great pieces of play there. Andrew McLeod's control of the football to get the ball forward initially was outstanding. And then Ben Hart, just to close down those couple of metres that he was short and punched the ball defensively away, has set up this shot at goal.
Edwards' only other goal came in the first quarter. Kicking from just on 50 metres. Good looking kick. Thought the distance might test him, but he's got it. That's into the slight breeze. Edwards gets his second. The Adelaide Crows get the start of the second half they wanted.
Well, it's a great kick, Sandy, by Tyson Edwards. And the opportunity, he's starting right down the forward line, and it was a great lead by Tyson Edwards. And just on the 50, steadied it right up, and probably against a little bit of a breeze. And it was a great drop punt right through the middle for his second goal.
And it was a good shot there. Just everything was going in a straight line. The foot went straight, the ball was dropped straight, and importantly, he ran straight at the goal umpire.
Edwards, the only multiple score at the moment for the Crows.
Throwing the ball up.
Yeah, sensibly thrown up too. The James hand pass initially was very good. Down towards half forward, or Caven was going past, but he couldn't take it. Harrison intercepts, combining well with Turner, going towards Broderick on the outer side. Could have almost got a free kick. Rogers is running with him. Rogers looks down towards half forward, and a strong run and charge by Holland sees him with the ball. 45 metres out. Well, he'll be kicking from just about 50.
Well, we question the use of Ben Harrison as that spare player across the half-back line. Didn't work for them in the second quarter, but Jeff Geeshan has stuck to his guns, and well, Harrison's picked up a couple of important possessions early in the third term. One of them has set up this goal.
Young Ben Holland, I think his best position, Gerard, I think, is up forward. I think he started off from the back lines at the start of the game, but just after half-time started at full forward.
He's got a Michael Holding run up here. Taking plenty of time as he stammers in. Kicking from 51 metres. It's a big kick. It's a very, very good kick by Ben Holland. The answering goal by the young man who started with North Adelaide. He's now got 23 for the season.
Well, he can probably bowl a little bit like Michael Holding, but I'm sure Michael Holding couldn't kick goals like that, Sandy. And he is a very good shot at goal. He's done a lot of work on it under a number of coaches. South Australian kid coming back home to show them how it's done here at Footy Park.
Back to a 5-goal margin. Holland 23 goals and 11 behinds for the season. From the middle. Eventually flicked out towards Kim Costa. Gives a little ground, but then the kick goes astray. Holland drops it, but he's got time to recover. Can maybe set something up here to Daffy. Daffy had a very busy first half. 16 kicks and a couple of hand passes, but this is Andrew Eccles. He too had a good first half. Paddling towards Robran, who's got Darren Gasper covered. Another throw in.
Gerard, I see where Jeff Geeshan has answered your question. He's left Campbell on the cloud.
Yep. Well, I guess when you're that close on the scoreboard, you'd say that to yourself, well, everything's running pretty smoothly at the moment. But if, in fact, they fall behind, there may be a change.
Yeah, do you take the punt or don't you?
Smart on half-back. Kicks to a congested half-forward zone. Big pack of players, no mark taken. The Goodwin hand pass is going to be okay. Look out, here's Jarman. Now watch this. Look at that. That is just presenting the Rolls Royce.
That's his second goal, Sandy, and he just makes it look so easy. His balance, his vision, he knows where he is on the ground, and just to step around a play like that and finish off with his second goal, it's just fantastic to watch.
Yes, as a junior, there's been very few like Darren Jarman in the history of the game, but a very handy handball set him up to just run in and make Wayne Campbell look as if he was an inexperienced player, but the finish was extraordinary.
Just 5 kicks, but 2 unforgettable goals. Herbert doing the ruck work, and he wins it for the Crows, but they won't take it out of the middle. A floating hand pass from Daffy comes up towards right half forward. Look at the Goodwin tackle. An absolute beauty by Simon Goodwin.
It was just a blind handball, that one. Nick Daffy had time to sit and deliver perhaps more accurately, but you're under plenty of pressure in the middle of the ground, and often your first thought is just get the ball forward.
Bitterscombe and Broderick combine, but to no avail. James and Smart combine, and that's better. To the outer side. Now Eccles and Harrison may actually come together here. Eccles gets front spot and almost gets crunched. Harrison picks it up. Now the Tigers should get out of trouble. He's still down, I think, Eccles.
As is Burke.
Yeah, well, keep an eye on those, and we've got Curls on the sidelines and Costa on the outer side leading Rogers. Stevens is there with him.
The stretcher, Sandy.
Trouble here. They'll have to stop it because Broderick and Co are near there. Play's going to have to stop, I think, with 2 stretchers being called for, and this is what happened.
Well, the umpires just should use common sense here. The 2 players down 40 metres away from the action.
Well, I can't believe they're going to let it go.
Burke is up.
Well, he's going to be off very smartly with the blood rule. He's possibly not sure that he's actually at football park. But Eccles is still down, and now I think the umpire has come over and initially said Burke.
Sandy, I'm not sure if it's if they've called for a stretcher for Eccles here, so that's why the umpire hasn't stopped the game.
No, but when you've got two players down very close to the ball,
Eccles is in real trouble. Look.
Do we only stop it when somebody gets the stretcher out?
But fellas, the rules of footy does not allow the umpires to stop the play unless there is a stretcher on the ground.
He is allowed to stop it if the players are in imminent danger, Curls, and I would have thought 30 metres away.
Not far off it.
It only takes a quick kick and they're going to get trampled on.
I think they've just called for it now, Jared.
Now, here comes the stretcher. So Burke is off with the blood rule.
You have to look for another wingman, Jared.
Yeah, he looks like he's in a fair bit of trouble. David Burke is up, and I think he'll come back. It's a bit hard to see exactly what the injury is there.
It may well be around the rib area, because it looks like that's where he cannoned into Burke.
Let's have another look at it, and yeah, you could be right, Curls. But that's your job. You'll find out what's exactly wrong with him. Matty Connell, who we haven't seen so far tonight, is standing by to come onto the ground as a replacement.
And with this fella Connell, Sandy, he's been a great ball getter in the last couple of defeats for the Crows, and this type of game should suit him tonight.
Yeah, he's been a very good player, hasn't he? 95, best and fairest. What's it do to the momentum, though, of a club? You get something like this. We've got both sides in their huddles. In fact, the Crows have got a forward huddle and a defensive huddle. The Tigers are just in the one.
Interesting, Curls. Brett Burton has stayed on Nick Duffy, and despite the fact that Duffy's had nearly 20 possessions, Malcolm Blight has left him there, obviously for balance reasons, but I guess also for his long-term development.
Yeah, he has used Burton in some negating roles in recent weeks and done a good job, but Daffy's such a very good in-close player and gets his boot to the ball so quickly, you know, the player has to be right alongside him to prevent him.
Was that lightning that was flashing above us there, Curls?
Just a little bit. It's okay, I'm out in the open, it won't get me.
Yeah, you got your one on with you, you'll be all right.
We've got a metal umbrella here for you.
There's the little ambulance that he's placed onto.
Now, boys, he did not come off through the interchange. Is that going to be a problem?
If you're on the stretcher, I think that's okay, but you're not allowed it back on the ground for
20 minutes?
For memory, 10 minutes, but maybe 20.
It'll take some...
it'll be at least that, don't worry.
It'll take some time for me to get that report because the doctor has to come all the way back.
Yeah, sure, girls. Okay, then. Right, just keep an eye on Burke and make sure that he's going to be okay to come back on. He left the ground with the blood rule. So a little bit of time has elapsed there, with Adelaide holding an 11-point lead in the early stages of this third quarter. I wonder if it's going to affect either side as Daffy is taken to the line.
Once again, we've got the same forward setup as we had in the first term, with Richo just one out with Mark Stevens in the entire forward 50 area, and up at the other end of the ground you've got 6 or 7 pairs.
That was Doc Sando, the club doctor, in picture there. He hasn't moved. This is Hart. Belted away from him by Rory Hilton. Harrison there as well. Throw in on the outer side. There's Rory. Young boy from Wodonga, just 20 years of age. He started out with Brisbane, had 9 games with them, and now has found a new home at Punt Road. Lucas Herbert tries a roundhouse right. Daffy was there, but so too was Burton. Harrison into the punt. He has it stolen by James. That's sensational play. In towards full ball. Over the back it goes. Watch out. Here's McLeod, but he runs out of room. Gee, you get McLeod down there. You get Jarman lurking. Tyson Edwards as well. You've got a pretty potent setup. In the meantime, Burke about to receive some attention for that bloodied nose.
It's a pretty important time for both sides here. I think that the stop of play for the last probably 2 or 3 minutes. It's the first team to react the quickest, and I think we'll finish up on top.
Neither side able to break free at the moment. It's been nip and tuck for most of the night. The Daffy kick goes down towards Hilton, but Smart intercepted. That was good play. Costa back to Smart. Here they go. Kane Johnson gives it away. Danger here. James, a penetrating hand pass. Edwards, Tyson Edwards gives it away. Towards, is it Peter Vardy? Vardy pumps it high, but he pumps it wide. Started like there was no tomorrow. Peter Vardy came on for a 10-minute burst.
Yeah, Brett Jones may well have been better off going for the shot at goal. He was running straight at them, 45 metres out, but overcooked it with a couple of handballs.
The Crows threatening. They've had 17 effective scoring shots to just 9. Herbert in from the side is an effective spoiler. Kellaway, the hand pass okay. The Rogers kick goes towards centre wing. Ricochets away from Richardson and Stevens. And we've got a throw in curls.
Yeah, Sandy, heavy knock to the nose by Burke. They'll clear the blood up. Should be okay to resume very shortly.
Yeah, we can see him behind you there. Thank you for that. And we'll get a report on Echoes as soon as the doc gets round there and back. Doc Sando, nice, a good tackle. Costa, kick Costa, beautifully done. James packs the hand pass a fraction low. Costa goes in, tries to make amends. Can't do so. It is tough and it's hard. Broderick on James, he's got him. Harrison is there as well. Johnson shoots out the hand pass. Burton is there. Still lightning and thunder around the ground. He goes in towards goal. No mark taken. Watch out because the crummers are lurking, including Matty Connell. Connell under the pump. But here is Rashudo. It's high into the square. They need a mark. It doesn't happen. We've got a throw in the left forward pocket.
Well, both coaches have got absolutely different forward setups with Holland, huge man at full forward, and Richo, the counter puncher there. And the other end, they've got all the smalls.
Here's Burton. Good to watch. McLeod lurking also. Tyson Edwards there as well. And the Richmond defence, young Joel Bowden and the boys being tested to the fullest.
Sandy, as you can all see, very hard to find space up there with so many players in that area.
Sure. Burton contesting. Rodman decides to leave it for Tyson Edwards. Tyson snaps away to the left.
That's right, Kells. I think there's only 4 players down the Richmond forward line, so all the rest of the players are down in the Crows forward line.
Pittman and Stevens, the only defenders in that half of the ground.
But I'm not sure it's because Richmond are blocking up the defensive area. It appears that Malcolm Blight quite happy to see 3 or 4 players huddled around the goal square, which leaves the Richmond forward line open, but it also leaves Nigel Smart and like one out.
Scotty Turner's kick out was belted initially by Herbert. Drops down on centre wing towards James. He's been busy. Just chips away in the middle to the Royce. And away goes Jarman. Big punt kick in towards... Oh! Frequent flyer points from Brett Burton, but he didn't take the footy. Goes to Connell on the outer side, and eludes him. The door will open for Broderick. Kicks up towards centre wing. Jarman still in the vicinity. Couldn't take it cleanly on that occasion, though. Hart was riding Matthew Knights. Just a bit soft that way.
Bit soft there, Sandy.
Yeah.
Sort of fell back in.
Look at that. Well, a bit of experience. Matty just putting his bottom out and saying, there you are, think of it as a saddle. And he did. And he got the free kick. Up towards left half forward. At the back is Costa. He's ripped off that ball and almost loses his jumper. Stevens working hard, but so too is Hilton. Gets a short kick. He's got Richardson all alone, screaming for it. And here he comes, Richo. Wants to play on, and does. 20 metres out. Gives the hand pass to Holland, and the Tigers have a much needed goal.
Well, good play there by Richmond. They just seem to be hanging in there, and it really all started from the half-back line again. Just a few little errors here. Richo's has just come down again. He's done this 2 or 3 times tonight, Jerry, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's just pushed up the ground and then just sprinted back when the ball was going to be there, and he's done it very well. His athleticism has inevitably got them a number of goals.
Clay Sampson has left the ground. Ben Hollins from North Albury is on for the Tigers, and they've got a team-lifting goal. Knights tries to get him going out of the centre, but he's forced to defend with a fierce tackle on Peter Caven.
What about the wind at the moment, Curls?
He's checking the lightning. We'll let him go. Hart to the outer side. Connell on his own is Matty Connell. Down towards the 50. Down towards that half-forward line. That is courage shown by Kellaway. Well, the Kellaways and courage synonymous. This is Andrew kicking back towards the middle. Difficult one for Knights to try and mark. Jarman couldn't take it. The Caven underground hand pass almost okay. At the back is Hart. Just 24 years of age and already over 160 games to his name. Not a good kick. Harrison intercepts, goes to the outer side, and Rogers looks down towards half forward. They're doing it in jerky little stops and starts at the moment. Knights and Broderick. Soccer off the ground to no one in particular. Picked up by Costa. He goes back over centre wing once again. Jarman waits at the front of the pack. Doesn't come his way. Bowden gets it out towards Gaspar. He looks in towards the middle. No one able to take it. Goodwin tries to get through, but he couldn't. Scrappy old affair, but it's tough and it's tight. Leading in the race is Kane Johnson. Johnson tries to paddle it out. He wanted Tyson Edwards. Couldn't be held. No, play on. And so Daffy does. He sockers it down to half-forward. Richardson comes charging out. Daffy's on the end of it. Nick Daffy can goal. He loves a goal, does Nick Daffy. Working hard, but only a behind.
Jared, just to answer your question there, the breeze has picked up, and the injury report to Eccles, a very badly bruised knee.
In the meantime, Herbert is off, Golding is on, and Vardy is off, and Bond is on.
Well, it was a wasted opportunity there for the Tigers because there was no pressure at all, and there should have been some voices for Nick Daffy there because he was clearly alone in space.
And the other thing, Jared, too, they're not getting a lot of opportunities this quarter so far down that forward line, are they? So they've got to... Good night, Nurse. Down for the count. Kellaway gives it away to Holmes. He looks towards full forward. There's no movement on that outer side. There'll be a throw-in. Was it Kane Johnson?
Yes, Kane Johnson. I'm just calling for his touch.
Both eyes for the ball. Although George was running with the flight of it.
Well, I think what's important there, and the South Australian fans won't like it, but Kellaway punched the ball forward. He had eyes on the football and he spoiled it. It was only the follow-through that ended up cleaning up Kane Johnson, who displayed enormous courage to put his body on the line. But I'd say it'd be difficult to constitute that as a charge, given that he's hit the ball first.
I didn't see anything wrong with that in terms of football. That was a straight-out commitment by both players, and one came off the worst.
Here it is again in normal speed, so you might get a bit of a better idea. But they're straight onto the stretcher. So that outer wing is certainly producing some drama here at Football Park tonight. Bassett is going to be the player to come on. I haven't seen him so far tonight, Nathan Bassett.
Let's have another look in slow-mo. You see there the punch of the football, and it was only the follow-through. And I guess if you've got that sort of courage and you're going to put yourself in that position, eventually you are going to come off second best. And unfortunately for Kane Johnson, that's what happened to him tonight.
Looks like a nice broken nose there, Jared. And I know all about them. I've had my nose broken 7 times, as you can see.
Only 7?
Only 7.
You played on Tony Shaw a few times, haven't you? Good evening to you, Jory.
Oh, good one.
I think as we clearly saw there, Jared, I think the elbow with the follow-through made contact with his jaw.
While this is happening, Richmond are making a couple of changes as well. Benny Gale's interchanging with Ottens.
And the breeze, Sandy, really has picked up.
Yeah, it has. That might help you, though, because you mightn't get any rain for the moment.
What do you mean help me?
Well, you were whinging before. Now let's get back to the game. It's a 7-point ball game.
And it's a critical time for the Crows because Richmond have taken the ascendancy. They've got all the momentum at the moment. And now the Crows a couple of players short.
And under 10 minutes remaining. Lightning happening around this ground.
Bassett has just gone down to full forward.
Seems to be some confusion with players as Andrew Kellaway heads back. Nigel Smart, however, tries to slap it out. Plays underway again. We've got another throw in. Kellaway dropping back with Jarman. Burke. Who's starting to resemble John Merrick. He's standing by to come back on. Here's Broderick. Sockers off the ground and adds a behind.
It was a good setup there at the boundary throw-in. The Tigers cleared all the space between the tap and the goals, and Broderick ran onto the Holland punch, but wasn't quite able to get it in space. And that should have been around the neck too, Smart.
Jared, you're so right there with that positioning. No Crows defensive player at all.
No. Hart to the outer side. Big pack of players again. Man at the back not paid, although he was the highest leaper and got a hand on it. Holland, Golding and co picked themselves up. Just one straight kick in it. All sensibly again being thrown up. Goodwin. Proctor almost taking his jumper off and asking the question at the same time, and Matty Knights appearing to be a little frustrated.
Sandy,
Ben Collins it was down there as well. Sorry, Curls.
Sandy, I think if you're a Richmond supporter or player, you'd like to be a couple of goals ahead at the break.
Yeah, yep. No doubt about that, because we don't know what this breeze is going to do. Whatever it does do, it's not going to swing around. Adelaide's going to be coming home with it.
Well, they're the free kicks for the evening, and free kicks are highlighted in Melbourne during the week. Robert Wall's writing an interesting article reflecting on what impact the home crowd war had on the number of free kicks.
Costa to Rashudo, but he'd be disappointed with that kick. Watkins takes the mark. 58 plays 52.
Broderick coming off the ground, getting some fresh and quicker legs back on. And Proctor.
Couldn't take it, neither could Richardson. Robin through with strength, but Burton can. Burns away, up towards the half-forward line, straight towards Ottens again. The big man gives it to Kellaway. His hand pass towards Bowden and Harrison. They're going down like 9 pins. The only one outstanding is Matty Holland.
Gee, we saw the classic example then of two bad foot deliveries. Just turned the ball over just so quickly.
Golding and Ottens. Golding, the sturdier of the two. Looks to have a very exciting future, just 18 years of age. Plucked from the rookie list, playing only his 4th game. Ottens does the leaning. Goodwin does well. Shows some athleticism and kicks to half-forward. Here comes the Bassett lead. Couldn't quite hold it for the Hound. And there'll be a ball up inside 50.
And Malcolm Bligh to be disappointed. He put McLeod down into the forward line in the second quarter and just missed out on a goal. And he did it then again with Bassett. And it just went through to the keeper.
So back in the middle, it's socket off the ground by Ben Hollands. Down towards half-forward they go again. Into the wide open spaces. Holland and Bitterscombe. We'll just watch it sail over with Peter Caven.
I think one of the reasons we see why occasionally Richmond do die in the final quarter, with their open forward line like they have, their players have got to really work both ends of the ground. Run up and then charge back. It is very tiring.
Pittman and Holland. Hart. Slung towards Costa and Bitterscombe. Tigers faced a crucial test last week, and they came through it with flying colours.
Who's left on the bench for the Crows, Curls?
That's fit.
Well, we have 2 players. I'll just check them for you.
That's fit, that's the thing. Daffy in towards full court. Here's a chance for Richardson at the back. Can't sit, and Stevens is right there with him. Richardson goes again. He gets crunched. Trying.
As soon as he's done a great job tonight, Mark Stevens, just his pace with him, and he's able to tackle, and his fierce attack at the ball has just been outstanding tonight.
No free kick there, Terry?
Oh, I didn't think so, Sam. It was pretty clear.
Knights trying to chop his way out of hard territory. Here's an opportunity for the duck. Nick Daffy goes goalwards, and he's kicked it. That's a goal to Nick Daffy. fly down.
And a great assault on the football, Brad.
He was eyes on the ball, with that straight through the pack. His eyes on all the way. Good balance here, around a Crows player, and straight through the goals it was. That's for his 26th possession for the game. Certainly has put his mark in the game halfway through the third quarter.
The 98 club champion has levelled the scores here for the Tigers. Nick Daffy, now 156 career goals, has got his first for the night. And it might be a real old slog out here at Football Park, but it's a grand contest.
Jared, to answer your question, Herbert and Vardy are only 2 fit players.
Yep. Problems maybe for Malcolm Blight, running out of options. Goodwood tries to get it away to Burton. He soccers off the ground down towards Connell. With him is Harrison. Connell wants someone going past, but Gaskell will intercept. He's taken off the ball, tried to get a boot to it, couldn't do so. Connell gone! Maybe gone? No.
Going to have to get something out of Mark Rashudo. Curls in the middle of the ground, given that you've lost a couple of midfield winners.
Yes, Rashudo and McLeod have been down a bit tonight.
At the bottom of that is Golding. With him is Kellaway. Neither is going anywhere.
Kelsey, you think that's might be a good idea now to put Rashudo on the ball?
Well, I think he's around the ball a bit now, but certainly I'd put him in defence.
Ben Hollands getting a quick kick down towards centre wing, down towards Proctor. Couldn't take it. There's going to be a free kick. Looks like young Hollands at the bottom of it. He's on the defensive side of the centre wing. Looks up over the middle. Crows should tidy up through Costa. Comes to the wide open spaces. So the race is on. Bassett leads in that race, and he's quite happy to tumble it over the line, keeping it away from Scotty Turner.
What Richmond are doing very well is across that half forward on the Crows, they're blocking up play extraordinarily well.
Scores level here at Football Park for those of you who've just joined us. Nick Daffy couldn't control it. Still going though, the duck, and he does well. Short little kick by Harrison. Goes in towards the middle. He wanted Proctor. He was beaten though. Crows have the numbers. This is Peter Caven's kick. Down towards Bassett. He's making ground. He snuck away from Turner. Can he get a kick? He can. A little left footer is a beauty to McLeod, but that slippery ball even eludes the champ. Only as far as Rodman, however. If he gets onto a booming punt, he will send it deep into that zone.
Sandy, we saw the classic example of McLeod. With a wet ball, it must be flat hands to stop the ball.
Great work by Bassett though. We saw him sprinting on centre wing, and he just did Scott Turner on fitness there, because he charged over and Turner was looking for the proverbial petrol tank.
Oh, he went for it with the big taunt, but it slews off the side of the boot. Drifts into the pocket. Tyson Edwards could be pinged, because he also did a little ringer Rosie. There it is once again, Curls. Yep.
Good tackle there from Ottens. Looks like Edwards just about to spin around him, but he hooked his jumper and spun him beautifully.
3.5 minutes left in this third term. Duncan Kellaway comes back towards centre wing. Hart is forced to spoil. There's a murder of Crows there, isn't there? James sends a spinning ball over the line in front of Lionel Proctor. Turner going to the bench. I wonder if he's okay.
Well, I think just huffing and puffing at the moment, Scotty Turner. Bit of a blowout, and he's been replaced by Rory Hilton.
Okay. Haven over the top. Pittman a tackle, but where's the ball? Costa's got it, and Proctor's got him. Eventually spills free towards Rashudo. Well, at this stage of proceedings, Gerard, who do you like? 58 apiece, a quarter and a bit to play.
Well, I think that Richmond, given the fact that they've dispelled with 2 Crows players, have got a little bit of an ascendancy here, but they are playing away, but they're looking pretty dangerous at the moment.
The Hollands hand pass eventually was okay to Harrison. Gets down towards the half-forward line. Pittman couldn't take it. Burton can. Just flicks it round the body, heading towards that outer boundary line and finding it.
Sandy, while you are talking there, the wind has slightly moved around a bit, so it's more or less playing across the ground now.
All tied up, 2.5 minutes left. Lightning's a bit scary though. Goodwin towards the line. Keeps it in. No, he can't.
Just with the Crows, Sandy, I've got two blokes off the ground tonight, but their injury worries is quite demanding at the moment. I think they'll be looking forward to this week's break just to get the side together again.
Bit of a spell. Yep. Here goes Goodwin again.
I think there are other problems. There's a Mark Rashudo who's really struggling. That's lightning and thunder in the background. It's put new meaning on electrifying footy, Sandy.
Here is the man you were talking about, but there's been a whistle.
But what we're going to see is a real change in the weather. We're going to get rain and the wind will swing around.
Good. Kellaway standing by to mark it. He can't. Stevens dashes clear. He made a start. Well, he made a lightning start, let's say that. He's got Rashudo. Mark Rashudo's been very quiet. 8 kicks. Bond down towards half-forward. Here's an opportunity for Pittman. 70 metres out. The centering kick he wants. Burton. And he finds him.
And a big opportunity here to kick a goal, but I think Curls is right. The Tigers are going to finish up kicking with the wind in 3 of the 4 quarters because it does look as if it's spinning around.
21-year-old from Woodville, West Torrens, Brett Burton. He's kicking for goal. This year is very much 50-50. Had a shot earlier tonight and missed completely. Comes into the game with 9 goals, 9 to his name. Kicking from 43 metres. That is not a pretty punt either.
Struggling a bit with his kicking, doesn't he, Brett Burton? I think that's one thing. I think the Crows teachers have got to sort of pull him aside and just get his kicking right.
Oh, Blighty might be the man for that.
Oh, he loves it. He loves a talk too, Blighty.
Rain really pouring down now, and the problem with missing easy sets shots at goal like that is it does rob you of confidence, which impacts on the rest of your game.
And if it keeps raining, you're not going to get too many more opportunities like that. Knights almost had his jumper pulled off as he stretched for the ball. Peter Caven marks almost on centre wing. 1 point in it, Adelaide leading. Caven kicks them towards 50. Daffy waits down, but so too does Goodwin. He's been a real dasher tonight. Goodwin, you give him a rap and look what he does. Out of bounds on the ball.
He's done everything right then. Eyes on the ball, straight through the pack, and he's a pretty good pace there, Simon Goodwin. Just lets him down the left footer.
Injury report on Johnson, a smack to the nose, fair bit of blood, but could be okay late in the game.
We've got just 30 seconds remaining. Gasper's in front. Couldn't take it. Robert over the back. The Burton hand pass was meant initially for Connell. Couldn't take it back towards Gasper. There's a throw out, and it's going to go against Richmond. This could be telling with 14 seconds remaining and counting down.
Well, he won't know that, but this is the last shot at goal.
Nathan Bassett, he's not too confident, goes on to the left foot, and there will be no addition to the score. With that ball landing in the square. So a very tight quarter once again. The lead was 5 points for Adelaide at half-time. At three-quarter time, it is 1 point. The Adelaide Crows, 8-11-59. Richmond at 9-4-58. We are set up for a big final quarter. Here around Football Park with intermittent lightning, making it difficult, and one wonders when we think of lightning and Malcolm Blight. I remember when he was in the commentary box and, well, the lights went out. I hope it doesn't happen here at Football Park because we've got a cliffhanger, a tight one, just a point in it. 59 plays 58, and should the lights go out, we could be in real strong.
The 1999 AFL Coca-Cola Premiership season, proudly brought to you by Telstra, making life easier. The McDonald's Footy Burger, the double quarter pounder with cheese. Foster's Light Ice for extreme refreshment, and the new Mitsubishi Magna 3.5, the next generation.
Heavy rain is persisting, and I'm smiling because There is a sign up on the scoreboard. Just a reminder, should the lights go out at any stage through the night. I tell you what, it's just gone.
Scoreboard.
Well, while they fix that, boys, let's go to highlights from Adelaide and the Kangaroos in the first quarter of that game.
Pressure from Wills affected the kick. It wanders down towards half forward. Scholl gathers the bouncing ball, gets it away to Harvey. Harvey recovers his errant bounce, goes across towards Abraham. Abraham, the former Docker, goes from 35 and finds a man in the square bill.
He decided to back his own skills across his body and just found Peter Bell, who was unopposed in the goal square.
And Bell converts.
Pike dropped an easy chest mark, kicked it hurriedly when he had time to balance himself. Good defensive pressure by the Dockers.
Harvey in game number 50. This could bounce through. He's got it.
Harvey just gets away. He's on the outer side, upended. Moves it about 10 metres. Welsh taken front on. Got the hand pass off the ground. He's booted a goal. He's under pressure. Carey over the top. So Carey from 20 metres out.
And we might be back, but I tell you what, some of the lights aren't. Now, some of you are taking a replay of that game a little bit later on. If you don't want to know the score, look away now, because here it comes, and we're in trouble here.
Well, the interesting thing there, Sandy, was that the umpires went to both captains and said, are you prepared to go with half rat power lot? And that's exactly what it is. Our monitors have just dropped out.
Everything's dropping out pretty smartly. We're operating on about a third power here as far as lights are concerned for the players. I'm surprised, actually, they are playing at the moment. I've got to say that. And I think we should stress that the picture that the people see at home is far, far better than reality. In the meantime, it does go on. It's up towards centre wing. Bowden couldn't take it cleanly. Harrison was hard at the ball, and so too Connell, who was in front of him. As the question is asked by Robrin, and Connell will have a ball up on centre wing.
Sandy, these conditions are really going to test the players.
Well,
the guy with a bit of grit now is going to stand right up.
Curls, how bad is that light down there for the players?
It's okay. They can still see the ball quite clearly, but handling the ball is very difficult.
Tell you what, they're doing remarkably well then. However, play does go on. An opportunity there was for Ben Hollands. He couldn't take it. Burke, as he's back on the ground. It's a high kick going in towards the pocket. No mark taken.
On the full, Sandy.
And out of bounds on the full. This is amazing. We've got heavy rain. We've got lightning. We've had lights blow.
And I think, Sandy, that the hardest part to see would be through the centre line here.
Well, I don't care what Curl says. This is very, very difficult to see. Those lights are working. If 50%, I'll go he. But in the meantime, Robrin has it on half-back. He goes up towards centre wing. Herbert doesn't fly. The big man weighted down in front. Kellaway leads Caven in the race for the ball. It's slippery. It's difficult. And Powell is close to the boundary line. But he's going to come back because his teammate has got a free kick in Benny Gale. Gale goes towards centre wing. Smart and Burke were both there. Nigel Smart was held. He didn't have the footing. He's got to get a free kick.
Sandy, as we know, this is a game for all seasons.
Yes, but there is such a thing as natural light and normal light, and we have neither at the moment. It's on centre wing, Curls. You're right, I know it's a game for all seasons. Rashudo tries to get the hand pass away. Jarman couldn't take it. Daffy picks it up. They're trying desperately to get these lights going properly. Down towards half forward. This is an important time for the Tigers. Rogers round his body. Rogers' kick is bouncing to the woodwork.
As we see, Sam, the scoreboard is still not working. They're trying to get things going here, but nothing seems to be working.
For goodness sake, Sandy, don't talk about the light, because the last time you spoke about something, you've got a direct hit from the lightning.
It's just come back on.
Oh dear. 59 points apiece, and look at that towering talk by Hart, almost down the middle of the ground. James has got it now for the Crows. Sets sail up towards half forward. Tyson Edwards, the quick hand passes away. Matty Connell, thick little chip. That's going to be okay. They are crunched. There is no mark taken. Plan is the call. Villiskin tries to get through. He goes to ground. Picked up by Caven. A high ball. Back in towards full forward. McLeod was the target, but he was outpositioned on this occasion by Wayne Campbell. Campbell gives Broderick a run, but too far.
Just a bit of a disappointing kick then. His eyes for the ball when the mark was fantastic, but just his vision for Broderick on the half-forward flank over for the Crows just probably disappointing for Campbell.
They're trying to pump these lights up again. They seem to come in waves. They flick on and then drop back a little. Biddiscombe hurriedly gets boot to ball. That's one of the darker areas, that outer side of the ground at the moment. Goodwin, he's been pretty busy tonight. Goes back in towards the forward line. Strong mark. I thought it was going to be paid to Gale. In these conditions, would have wondered why not. Broderick pumps it high, back towards centre wing. Smart tries to spoil from behind. Kellaway goes. There was a whistle there. Goodwin plays on. So too does Burt. Could have been shoved in the back. I think they put the whistle away. Perhaps it's too dark to find it. Broderick, Rashudo. Broderick seemed to pull that ball in for a moment. It's almost slow motion on the outer side. Biddiscombe tries to sneak away. He gets a hurried kick. It's not pretty, but this is the way it is. And it's Nigel Smart. Back towards the left half-forward flank region. Bowden sees it over the line.
Sandy, certainly conditions not for pretty football here. It's a matter of playing in front, attacking the ball hard and getting it on your boot.
I think David Burke's done his shoulder. That shoulder he normally does. He's calling for the trainer.
Well, let's keep an eye on that. Would be tragic if it's gone again. Gasper tries to sneak away over the head of Caven and Craig Biddiscombe for another throw-in. Technicians working to get these lights back, and they appear to be coming back ever so slowly. To full power. James in trouble on the outer side. Gets slung. Daffy, he's tried his heart out. Rashudo's been quiet. Broderick a good tackle. Goodwin gets the kick down towards half-forward. Knights takes the mark. Scores a level if you've just joined us. Boy, we've had everything here at Football Park tonight. Here they go, the Tigers. Through the middle is Rogers. He looks to put them inside 50. Got it now. Holding. No, said the umpire. You can throw it in. Joel Bowden was the player who kicked it down.
And once again, Rogers is just doing that defensive work on Ben Hart, who was, as we know, one of the great attacking players from defence for the Crows.
Conlon couldn't control it initially. Won't get another chance before a ball up.
Sandy, just before we had that bit of a blackout, I saw Kane Johnson walk around to the huddle there, so he seems to be okay.
That is good news. His Hart leading Rogers again. Short one taken by Daffy. Slews off the side of the boot, but that's hardly surprising considering the conditions. Costa, well done. Created a path and then gave it to Goodwin. He pumps it up in towards the middle of the ground. Pittman was there. Rashudo just can't seem to get into it tonight. Robin at the second attempt tries to soccer it away. Tyson Edwards, the hand pass is okay. Here's the big fella, Lucas Herbert. Go Lucas! And he does, up towards Jarman. Almost controlled it, then paddles it out. Cleverly done. Vardy on all fours, wanted Tyson Edwards. Doesn't get him, instead it's Kellaway who tidies up with a hand pass. They're going to get out of trouble for the moment, the Tigers. They're tired, but they've got it to centre wing. It came from Duncan Kellaway. He goes inboard to Robert Powell. Powell gets claimed. Look at it, slippery as all heck. Kellaway takes it from Knights. Almost got into trouble. Nigel Smart on the defensive side of centre wing. Burton screaming for it. But he goes into Rashudo. Rashudo can play on. He's got players streaming down the ground. Wasn't a good hand pass. Put James under the pump. They're going to lose it if they're not careful. Knights is going through now. He's got it up towards right half forward. Richardson comes steaming out. Paddling the ball along in front of him. Mark Stevens is right there with him. Stevens had a great start, a great first quarter. In fact, he's had a pretty good game. Goodwin also has been effective in defence. Stevens close to the line. Very dark in that corner. Picked up by Richardson. He pumps it high. Back inside 50 once again. Two Crows go for it. Finishes with Hart waiting down in front. Going to land with Rashudo on centre wing. He's had a dog of a night, but he'll get another chance here with Mark Rashudo. Around the body. Up towards Robrin. Couldn't take the mark. Cleverly down to Kellaway. A beautiful little tap. Now the opportunity is with Broderick. He looks inside 50. They can go all the way here. This is the youngster in Ben Hollands with an S. Can he go for the Tigers? Yes, he can. pressure for 5 or 6 minutes. And the Tigers have edged 6 points clear as the lightning crackles in our ears.
Just with both sides, Sandy, just little mistakes on both sides, starting now to slow down. They're getting a bit tired, but just this one here, straight to Holdens, straight through for the goal. Good kick by the young kid.
Big goal for the Tigers, big goal for Ben Hollands, his third in just his 4th game. So pressure now on the Crows. Can they come back in semi-darkness in front of a full house? Down in their right half-forward zone, we've got to throw in. There's Robert Powell, Tyson Edwards, Matty Connell behind them. The rain has cleared. The wind actually appears to have dropped.
Yes, she's dead still out there at the moment.
Here's the throw in then. It's Lucas Herbert who tries to belt it. Harrison had it smothered, then went again, needed support and got it through Powell. Down towards centre wing goes the kick from Powell. Goodwin takes it over the line.
Sandy, there is no question that with the event of the rain periods, Richmond does become the more productive side.
And there's no question that this rain and electricity has had an effect on some of the microphones. So we apologise for that. Just bear with us, but it's pretty wild. Ottens tries to soccer off the ground. James goes to ground. Hart pushes towards the interchange, and Matty Knight sees it spin over. Right there with Kim Costa. One kick in it, the Tigers lead. A desperate night at Football Park. Ottens is beaten by Pittman, but he gets it down towards Knights. He's in trouble. Gives it to Biddiscombe. Thought about the hand pass to Harrison. Probably would have been the better option because that's yet another rainmaker. Connell couldn't take it cleanly. Hart. He's a class player, is Ben Hart. Spirals it up towards half-forward. There was Powell, beaten for it by Tyson Edwards. The big fella kicks in towards goal. That is Matthew Golding. No score, but a free kick. Or one behind, I should say, and now we've got just the 5 points in it. Adelaide's last goal. Gee, a long time ago.
Well, they missed a big opportunity with Mark Rashudo running through the middle of the ground some 3 or 4 minutes ago. He elected to go the big sweeping handball with a slippery ball and would have been better suited with the foot.
Burton was one of the flyers of the Campbell kick-out. Gaspar tried to get it out. He did.
Too high.
Oh, gee. An interesting one.
Yes, a little bit. It was, both players are over the top of the ball, and just a little bit of a hand over the top by Kimmy Costa. A bit unfortunate there.
Today having a big last quarter, Matthew Knight.
11 minutes remaining. The Tigers by 5 points. Richardson got a hand to it at the front of the pack. The Jones tackle was good. The ball spills free. Burton tries to storm his way through. Rogers comes in over the top with Bowden.
Sandy, there's no doubt in conditions like this, just when the brain starts to take over. And Matthew Knight, of course, has a very good football brain.
Certainly does. Matty Knights, 25 possessions, 10 kicks and 15 hand passes. Park to the line, Kim Costa over it with Knights.
Andrew McLeod and Malcolm Blight trying to break the tag of Wayne Campbell. McLeod trying to get onto Harrison, but Campbell, who's done such a terrific job, is going with him all the way.
Tell you what, it's good to see a good old-fashioned slog like this. Absolutely nothing in it. Crows making a change. Bond is on and Jarman is off. So that heel, as you can see him limping there, is still causing him major problems. But he's given us several memorable highlights tonight. One in particular. Knights is claimed by Costa.
They're just winning more of the disputed ball at the moment, Richmond. Their attack on the footy is first class, and it's just that fraction better than the Crows, and it may tell the difference at the end of the day, or not.
Conditions and a long third quarter, certainly telling these players dog-tired. I think Platts, the third quarter is what, 34 minutes?
It was 34 minutes and 53 seconds, Andy. So it went for a long time. As you just saw there on screen was Mark Rashudo. He's only had 40 possessions for the whole game.
Here's a go for Hart. He can put them in front, but he's not long enough. It goes in towards the square, almost thrown out. Vardy has a snapshot. Crows lead by 1 point with 9.5 minutes remaining.
That's why Malcolm White brought in Peter Vardy. I think just his goal sneaks around the forward line is just fantastic, and he's proven that tonight. I think that's his second goal for the night, and very, very important for the last quarter. Puts the Crows just in front by 1 point.
Big work going so far.
Big goal for Peter Vardy. He's back in this lineup. He's playing his 50th game.
And importantly, it was Ben Hart who finally broke free from Matthew Rogers' attention and got the ball in front of the midfield line and punched it, kicked it in low and flat into the forward line quickly.
2 goals to Peter Vardy. So again, it's up to the Tigers if they can come back. Rogers soccers off the ground, down towards the left half forward. Here's Hart and Broderick going at it once again. Burke gives it out towards Broderick. He shrugs the tackle, goes onto that left foot and kicks him inside 50. Richardson is lurking nearby, but so too is this guy. He shoots in towards goal. Clay Sampson is against his old team, and Richardson has dropped back to take the mark.
Well, that was a magnificent move by Clay Sampson and Matthew Richardson. He's just taken so many marks running towards the goal tonight that it's been a terrific setup by, I think, the coach Jeff Gooch and the way he's orchestrated his forward line.
Richardson from point-blank range, and the lead changes hands again.
And well done again to Paul Broderick, who was the architect of their victory last week, and once again it was just such a vital possession down here on the flank. I think you'll see it right here and now. There it is, the duck back. He just got rid of his opponent, and have a look at this ball swing.
Munger the kick though.
Well, didn't swing at all. The optical illusion. Turn the lights up, Curls.
What a big finish we've got here for you at Football Park. Saturday night football coming away on 7. It's the Tigers now who lead by 5 points. Collins couldn't take it. Goodwin can.
Good player.
Picks it up beautifully in these very trying conditions. Goes long to left half forward. Vardy's lurking there. McLeod and Connell there also. And it is Connell who skis over the line.
Sandy, in conditions like this, I think both coaches are just looking for something a little bit extra for some of their players.
Yep. 1 kick in it. The scoring is going to be difficult for both sides. Vardy trying to get it out, but he can't do so. Gale, a little toe poke towards the line. And finally pushed over by Craig Bitterscombe.
I don't mean so much in the terms of skill, I just mean total commitment at the ball.
Yep. 101%. There's the youngster, Ben Hollands, kicked a goal earlier in this term. Pittman beats Gale. Gale got a hand to it, but so did Harrison. It was almost socket out of his hands. Costa goes again with another one towards Bitterscombe and co. Burton. Looks an exciting prospect, Platts.
He is, Sandy, and he's the type of bloke who's one day I would think that he would take a mark of the year.
I look forward to seeing that because he does look the athletic type. Pittman comes over the back. Crows surging forward, but it is halted temporarily. Richmond lead by 5 points. Heavy rain continuing to pour. Gets crunched by Rogers, but he got boot to ball. Well done.
That's a free kick.
James was shoved, and he's got a free kick.
So a pretty good game tonight, Brett James. This is his 27th possession.
Good work by Hart. He's picked himself up. Here's the lead. No mark taken. Pulled in, now out towards Peter Caven. Caven wobbles a punt into full forward. They belted over the line, the Tiger defence. We've got a throw in the Crows' right forward pocket.
Andrew McLeod's had just 1 kick in this second half, but it would not be beyond the champion that his next one wins them the game.
Good point.
That's a big call, Jared.
Yeah, but he likes a big call as the chairman, and McLeod is lurking right there. Going nowhere at the moment. Here he is. Here he is! In the full forward, and Jared, the scriptwriter, almost had his finest moment. He may still have it, but not at the minute.
Nearly the magician of football, Jared.
How'd it look from down there, girls?
It looked good.
It looked good from here.
Oh dear, under 7 minutes remaining. Campbell brings it in. Burton the fall from behind. That's very unsporting, isn't it?
I think he's playing it against David Pittman rather than Burton.
Well, yes.
Yeah. Maybe the hand on the back.
Maybe Caven.
Well, Benny Gale. It gives him the ball anyway, and he kicks to centre wing. Richardson, well spoilt by Stevens. Slack forward, down towards Nigel Smart. Sampson taken out of it. Smart bends it back to centre wing. Connell drops the slippery cake of soap, but so too did Bitterscope. And he said, I'm heading for the boundary line in a not so subtle fashion, and the Crow fans know that.
Got a pretty good setup here, Richmond. All the players bar Ben Hollands are forward of the 50-metre line. So if they can just penetrate it, it's just going to be a race to the goal square.
38,212 fans in attendance here tonight. The Harrison give to Kellaway is all right, down towards Sampson, Smart, Rogers, and also Caven. Now look out, Rashudo's loose on the outer side. Here comes the Roo. Look out, bang, crouch, beautifully done. Vardy, Peter Vardy, chips in towards Tyson Edwards. Couldn't take it cleanly at the first attempt. Rory Hilton can belt it clear. Could have tried to sock off the ground. It's opened the door again for Vardy. Vardy shoots towards goal, but this time he's out of bounds on the full.
It's a pretty good build-up, Sandy, that, but just let you down there in the last couple of seconds.
Once again, though, Rat, we saw the no flat hands to try and mark that ball.
Yeah.
Robbie, oh, you look comfortable down there, Curls. Robbie Powell on the last line of defence. Time at the moment not entering into the equation. Powell kicks to the outer side boundary area where it is over. Main goal kickers for the night, Wayne Campbell for the Tigers has 3. He is the principal scorer on the ground. Richardson and Holland both have 2, whilst for Adelaide, Jarman, Edwards and Peter Vardy all have 2. Gaspar picks it up nicely. Check sides it, trying to centre it back in towards the middle. That kick goes straight up and down. Robran, the flyer from the side. Richardson was there also. Look at them pounce on it. Out it comes to Knight. He's had a big second half. Pushes wide. And the Bassett Hound won't get there in time. We've got another throw in.
Unfortunately, a situation like this, Sandy, which has been a great football match, one side is going to be a loser.
Yeah. Yep, and still 5 minutes remaining. Still anyone's game. But when the Crows did hit the front, Richmond replied, well, within 30 seconds. That was the sign of a pretty good side as Smart applies some solid pressure to force another throw in.
And the lights are getting stronger.
Thank heavens for that.
What about the rain, Kills?
Just a steady drizzle.
Winning hasn't been a problem here really for Richmond. They've won a couple of big games here in recent times. They're looking to make it 3. Gale and Pittman jostling in the middle. Look at the sensational tackle for the ball to spill free to Broderick. Broderick kicks it back up towards half forward. Burke is there outside 50. Kicks it in towards the pocket. Richardson is there.
Well, that was an outstanding tackle by Duncan Callaway on Andrew McLeod. I think it was McLeod. It may well have been Rashudo. It was Rashudo. And that has turned the ball over in favour of the Tiger. Just when it looked like the Crows were going to break free. Now it's Matthew Richardson to seal this match.
Jared, it's hard to understand why Connell didn't soccer the ball off the ground.
Yeah. 2 goals for the night. 26 for the season, but that's the most important one maybe, and he's got it. 2 goals to Richardson in this term, 3 goals for the match, and the Tigers lead by 10 points.
There it is, Jude, as you mentioned, a great tackle on Rashudo, and it just seemed to me that the Richmond players in this last quarter, Jude, was just got a little bit more eager to win the game.
Well, they've been hard at the footy, there's no doubt. You can't take much away from the Crows, but they just haven't been able to get it together up forward.
3 goals to Matty Richardson. 334 in his career. Rodman wins it out of the middle, but it's his opposing number 10 in Daffy. Kicks the half forward, chopped off by Smart. Light is almost back to normal, which is good news, although looking at that kick you mightn't think so. Just a short little one towards James. He gets claimed. Ball spills free to Rogers. They're running now, the Tigers. Clay Sampson against his old side. Goes for home and hits the top of the post. Kicked a goal in the second quarter, did Clay Sampson.
Sandy, it's full marks to Richmond. They've done it the hard way, that they were trailing, and yet they've stuck to their guns, and they've certainly outpointed the Crows in tough conditions.
Back into play once more. Tigers at the moment finishing full of running. Up towards Burke, he couldn't take it. Smart waits down in front. Nigel Smart charges out of defence. Time now is becoming a factor for the Crows. They need 2 straight kicks. There's some holding on. It's going away for the Crows. Pittman's got it. No advantage, Gee. Now, back it comes. Pittman is the man. He's at half forward.
Well, they must score out of this one if they've got any opportunity to win this game.
Goes short. Oh, well, he had a couple of them lining up. I think he wanted the first, he got the second, but it's Daffy who defends. He wobbles a kick out towards half-back, and taking it over the line is Biddiscombe for another throw-in.
Well, that was Nick Daffy's 31st kick for the night.
The conditions have just been too slippery to go for those little chip passes into a hard-leading forward.
Decent old degree of difficulty too, with a slippery ball like this and wet conditions. Pittman over the top. Connell gets a call out the back. Who from? Wayne Campbell. And Campbell appreciates it. He goes back into the middle. Bassett says, look out, I'm the hound, and I'm coming through. But it didn't deter Burke, who gives it to Gasper. Looks for Richardson on half forward. Can't take it, but he's the first to recover. He's got a free kick because it was too high. And Richardson will go back from 55. There's no one in the square, so he can go for home. And he lets go a booming putt that is as wide as the River Murray. Out of bounds on the full. Now the Crows have got to bring it back. Connell in the back pocket. Comes to half back. Well trapped by Caven. There's some urgency now. There's only 2.5 minutes remaining. They need a couple of goals, the Crows. The Tigers are just got to steady it down. Jarman is standing by to come back when one last-ditch attempt to steal the points.
Well, someone's going to do something terrific. He's the man to do it.
11 points the margin. Tigers leading. Biddiscombe caught by Caven, spills free to Rogers. He's got Campbell running for him. Campbell stopped just for a moment. Now he goes on with it. Kicks in towards half forward. Bassett going with the flight of the ball, couldn't take it. Richardson and Burke, they're the 2 boys for the Tigers. Here goes Richo, ripped to the ground. Ball spills free. Burke has a crack at it, ripped to the ground. And he's going to get a free kick. Much to the annoyance of Stevens.
Actually, Gerard, this boy's been a pretty handy player for Richmond tonight. He's done very well across that area.
Yeah, on and off the bench, he's given them that extra bit of bite up forward and complements Matthew Richardson very well.
He's got a good brain on him, this fella.
Just goes short. It's okay. They probably realise there's 1 3/4 minutes left. Certainly not too much anyway. In towards full forward. Smart!
Oh,
good strong grab.
Fantastic grab in these conditions.
Rodman. 1.5 minutes. Let's see what they can do. He runs a long way. He runs his full distance. Waddles it up towards centre wing. Costa leads in the race. Costa is caught by Matty Knight. They've taken over. Tigers thrilling winners last week after looking to have it home and hosed.
Well, the play thought it was out of bounds. It's a throw up, actually.
Yep. And it looks as though they're going to figure in another thrilling win tonight. James pushes over the line.
It's amazing how the fortunes of footy can turn around. Less than 7 days ago, the Tigers were seemingly crumbling at the seams, and
with
now
a rich hunt about to happen.
Yep. Now they're
they've won 2.
Going to the State of Origin, Blake flying.
Big win by Richmond tonight.
Rain pelting down now, which is good news. Gaspar got a hand to it from the throw-in. That could almost... No, I was going to suggest be construed as holding it. James under real pressure.
They really have put the Crow forward under pressure, the Tiger defence.
Done a grand job. Knights will see this towards the line with Costa. Very close to coming off his boot. And it may have been over the line as he tried to pick it up. Just a few seconds left. The Tigers are going to win a thriller here at Football Park.
It's the heaviest rain I've seen footy played in for a long time.
Well, let's hope we get used to it for a few weeks. Daffy loses out to Burton. Tries to surge it forward. James couldn't hold the slippery one. Robin comes in over the top. It's socket off the ground. And there it is! Tigers have won a thriller. And they are absolutely ecstatic. The boys from the benches have leapt out and gone to meet their charges. This is a big win for the Richmond Football Club. A big win.
Yes, it's an outstanding 4-point victory. 4 points won here by the Tigers. Prevailed by 11 points, and at the start of the third quarter, start of the last quarter, Platts, it looked as if Adelaide were going to come home, but you can't take anything away from Richmond. They've just dug deep as a club and as individuals and produced 2 scintillating victories, and Matthew Richardson he's just growing in stature as a player.
Well, this is just a great effort by the Richmond Football Club. I think Jeff Geeshan will be very, very happy with the game tonight. His players, there was doubt on his coaching ability over the last 3 or 4 weeks, and this is just outstanding the way that they have come over here and demolished the Adelaide Crows.
Matty Richardson, you see him there shaking hands with Stevens and Hart. Richardson finished with 3 goals. Wayne Campbell also had 3. Now I can see Curls down there in the thick of things with the players there, but they may be going down to their squad, their fans, to say thank you. So you might be struggling a bit, Curls, but don't go busting your pupper.
I'll just get on the way back.
You just take it easy.
Yeah. You're just on the comeback trail. We don't want to lose you again.
How heavy is that rain there, Curls?
It's driving me into the ground.
Oh dear. Yes, the Richmond boys going down to their faithful and saying thank you. We're over the line. They trailed at every change bar the last, down 2 points at quarter time, 5 points at half time, 1 point at three-quarter time, and they've got up to win a thriller, and they've got the club song out on the ground. I wonder if we can pick it up. Maybe we can open Curl's microphone because he's down there.
Yeah.
Moving across slowly.
Yeah, a bit of the old water in the microphone there, but you may be able to get someone there, Curls. Jeff Geeshan, isn't he? You're right.
I got Nick Daffy was here.
Good boy, go for it.
Okay, well, Nick, that was a tough one.
No, that's one of the best wins I've been involved in for years. It was fantastic. This weather, we love it. We love the wet, actually.
Well, it's amazing. When it did start to rain heavy, you boys got on top.
Yeah, look, we controlled it. I thought we controlled it well early. We wasted a lot, but then in the end, we just come so far, and we haven't been playing well, and we've been getting criticised, and a win like this can hopefully get us started for a good year.
Looked like there was a specific game plan with the extra forward down the back area.
Yeah, look, we tried. I think Ben Harrison back there, and at one stage there, Eccles was getting a bit of the ball, and I think we might have went one-on-one after half-time, and I think it worked really well.
A couple of weeks ago, you had some knockers over in Melbourne, but I think you've answered them.
Yeah, for sure. I think they'll get into a few of the senior players and saying we couldn't handle the taggers and stuff, but I mean, we had guys like Benny Hollands and Lionel Proctor come on today, you know, the 18th sort of players doing really well, and that's what you need, so.
Well played, enjoy yourself.
Thanks.
Good luck, man.
Yeah, well done, Curls, and well done to Nick Daffy too. Gee, he had a big night out with 31 kicks, 5 hand passes and a couple of marks, and that's great to see Jeff Geeshan there letting the emotions run free. They've caught plenty in the last few weeks. Okay, they had an exciting win last week, but it's good to see the old yellow and black back. Winning on the road is always tough, and winning here is especially tough, Jared.
Well, Nick Daffy said it was one of the best victories he's ever been a part of, and well, you can imagine that would exactly where the sentiment should be feeling after slogging your body through driving rain and coming up against all odds. The premiers of the last 2 seasons, they have had a huge turnaround in 2 weeks, the Tigers, and if you come up against them in the next couple of weeks, you're going to have an enormous fight on your hands, because they are now a club that have rejuvenated themselves. The spirits obviously is up and running, and they have now reinvented themselves into a very, very competitive side, whereas a month ago, Sandy, they were really struggling as a team.
Exactly right. I think the old Tiger choir might be in full voice again. A great win to the Richmond Tigers. What was that? What were those colours again?
Yellow and black.
We'll take a break for Football Park more shortly.
Drama last night at Football Park. It had everything: thunder, lightning and rain. And the Tigers beat the reigning premiers. He'll take an Academy Award as well. Now, when they hand out football awards, when he's on song, this bloke is terrific. And he's Jarman for Adelaide off the ground, and a goal for the Crows. Eccles and Burke collide.
Eccles. Harrison picks it up. Now the Tigers should get out of trouble.
And where am I? Johnson and Kellaway. Bang. Richardson, a key player again for the Tigers. A terrific mark and goal. In very breezy and slippery conditions. Hope we get some of that rain over here. And again.
2 goals for the night, 26 for the season. That's the most important one, maybe, and he's got it.
Well, talking about the crowd, another bumper crowd across at Footy Park at Adelaide last night. And Adelaide, I don't even know what under the pump was. I wish at 50 I could be under the pump every now and again, but I tell you what, Adelaide were under the pump, and Tigers of old, they had the spirit of Tigerland alive last night. It was goal for goal in the first half. Well, it certainly was, Rex. Yes.
Actually, came Richardson, who just gave off the handball there under slippery conditions, took 6 really good marks, kicked 3 goals, and he was instrumental in the Richmond win. Another side with their back against the wall the last 2 weeks have come out and proved everyone wrong, and back in the final 8.
Now, Matty Allen, your mate Matthew Richardson is always under the spotlight because he's such a champion, but the last 4 weeks I've seen him 3 times and he's been great. His conversion has been good, and he is a real integral part of the Richmond Footy Club.
Yeah, Rex, well, he's just been dominating from what I've seen. We played them about 3 weeks ago, and he really tore us apart and was nearly got them over the line. So I think we all know how good a player he is, and when he's on song, he's just unstoppable now.
And he was one player, when the conditions got that bad, he was one player that really stood up for them last night, along with Nick Daffy. I think he had about 31 kicks, so I'm sure they have a bit of a sore foot this morning.
It was good to see Ben Harrison make a good comeback too after a suspected torn anterior cruciate in the pre-season.
Yeah.
And his first game back in the seniors, and it looked like he performed pretty well.
Sitting back there last night when the rain came, it was just absolutely to the Tigers' liking. But I thought it all started in the centre, and blokes like Knights and Broderick getting it out of the centre with the duck in Nick Daffy, and Benny Gale gave them every opportunity. I think the loss of Wren and Marsh cannot be underestimated, because it all starts in the centre, and you know that better than us, and you're still dirty on Melbourne for retiring you.
Thanks, Rexy. But I will agree with that one. They've struggled, Richmond, in the centre against some good teams, because they got some tolls up there, but they're not getting the ball to the Rovers, as you mentioned. Yeah. I think they had 14 clearances in the centre to 6.
The rain came down and the Tigers really grouped together, and they moved the ball with a lot of precision, and this young boy Hollands, he drilled it from about 40 metres out. But it was pretty goal for goal then, as you can see, 59 or 65 to 60. And Adelaide did have their chances, but what they did, they tried to play dry weather football, And, Scotty, there was just a problem with the light out there last night, and they're lucky they had a backup.
Well, the lightning sort of blew all the fuses out there, all the bulbs in the towers, Rex. Half of them went out. Fortunately, the South Australian National Football League had put in an auxiliary power plant, and it clicked on as soon as the other went out. Had that match been too dark to play before half-time, it would have been postponed, and the players were told by the umpires they'd have to come back next Wednesday night and play it. But as it reached the three-quarter time mark, and the Adelaide Crows were 1 point in front, had it stopped then, they would have won the match.
And the bloke with a bandage over his top of his nose was actually David Burke, son of St Francis, not the Elephant Man.
Broken nose, too. Broken nose.
Gee, you wouldn't expect to have a broken nose with a bandage like that, Scott. Very good.
Could have been bleeding, Rex. Could have been bleeding.
And Gerard Healy gave these votes for the Channel 7 Player of the Year. The Duck, Nick Daffy, the Carp, son of Bull Richardson, and Wayne Campbell. Look at them, the three heavyweights, and they got it really, really well.